Yeah, that's Stanley's man crush. Jack White starting us off all week this week. It is the Bennington Show. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Gail Bennington.
Hi.
No relation at all. I walked through the lobby today to see the movie being promoted. I think it's called Tiny Entourage. And it's just these little... If you've ever seen the TV show Entourage, they went and got, I guess, little people who look just like everybody in it, and they've lined it up. Stanley, when you get a chance later, I want to go down and shoot a video called Gulliver's Travels, where you just run through the middle of them.
I can't wait.
It's actually pronounced Entourage.
Wait, Entourage.
Entourage.
I thought it was Entourage.
Oh, yeah. So you can say it.
Entourage.
We like it better when you say stuff Stanley style.
Slurred.
Okay, I'm getting an update right now that those are just finger puppets that look like the Entourage team that's laid out. It's so always cute. Surprising when you see how tiny Hollywood people are.
Mm-hmm. And then it's very weird when someone doesn't fit that. Like 95% of celebrities you will bump into are like this mini version. And then once in a blue moon, there's a freakishly tall person. There's no in between.
Vincent D'Onofrio will come in and you're like, oh my God! Oh my God, you're not a Hollywood person! And then he just, hi everybody. I don't know if you watch Law and Order, but I'm on it. Yeah, there's the occasional guy like that. Some of them are much taller than you would think. John Cusack is way taller than I thought.
Really?
Yeah, I think
seems like he would be
he's like 6'2", I believe.
I would have never guessed that. He seems like a small.
And Bill Murray is oddly tall as well. He's like a 6'2" guy, only because you don't expect it.
How do you even fit in the same frame as the rest of the short actors?
It's why you won't see like a comedy with Bill Murray and Tom Cruise.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because the tough guy could not get beat up by the comic sidekick. That wouldn't be right.
Minnie Driver is tall, and she said that when she was shooting the Matt Damon Boston movie.
Apples. It's called How Do You Like Those Apples?
Yeah.
Fever pitch.
Right.
Fever pitch apples. Fever pitching apples to apples. How do you like those apples?
Exactly. She said that they dug her like a moat her to walk in
like
so she wouldn't look tall. So she had to, like, when they had like a walking in the park scene, she had to walk in this ditch so she looked.
Yeah, because you get your ditch, we're about to shoot. Oh my God, we better dig that deeper. And in the meantime, obviously she would feel bad for that, but then Matt Damon must feel like a child. There was a scene in that movie, and it was called Goodwill Fishing.
Right.
And
close.
She had him in a little papoose, and she was just walking down the street.
I love that scene.
Yeah. Oh, he was so cute in that.
He was just in a little baby Bjorn.
Yeah. And the... he needed milk, and but if you look at Entourage, even Turtle is tiny.
He is. So I didn't recognize him when I saw him. I was like, "That's not. Wait, what? Turtle? No,
yeah,
no.
They're all small.
I feel like yelling into the fucking place. That's not Turtle.
That you can't yell into.
Please
that
don't.
thing.
You're going to disturb the.
Or use the stairs. We were talking about that earlier. There's no using the stairs.
I know. I got a bad D. All right, I'm don't worry about it.
Then you got to take the elevator one floor like an NBC person.
It's disgusting.
And I don't want to be like
Treat
that.
us like animals.
I saw there was a show I wanted to watch on NBC the other night, and I turned it off because I remember how much they just take the elevators short rides. And I'm like, I'm not helping them. I'm begging that entire network goes out of business so we can get the old elevator ride back.
And if you hear them in the elevator talk, they're all just very excited about all NBC shows. They never
they are.
They're very excited.
I looked at them like this. I watched number one, CBS.
They seem like they have a lot of meetings to talk about.
Sure they do.
Were you in that meeting?
I'm having a meeting about the next meeting if you want to stop by. Pre-meeting.
There's going to be bagels at this meeting. Mini bagels.
And Minnie Driver's going to be there, and we're trying to dig a ditch for her in the floor.
If we can't, she'll just crawl.
Isn't it weird that she's the tallest person and her name is Minnie?
Oh,
right.
But you know what? I think that she's probably not even that tall.
Yeah, she is. She is tall. She's 5'4". She just towers over those guys.
Little Minnie.
My favorite scene in Good Will Hunting is when Minnie Driver said, "I'm so hungry."
That part was scary.
Yeah, it's not helping with me trying to fix the mics here either. Just to jump into a stupid thing like that. Damn me. Damn my eyes.
All right, giant mini driver sounds great. That's good. It's a start.
Yeah. I don't know if you could do giant mini.
Test giant mini one more time.
I would, if I was going out with Mini Driver, I would take her to a mini golf course and go, look, here's a mini driver for you to use. If you get a hole in one, then it's mini donuts for everybody. Am I bothering you with this mini talk? Let me know if this gets annoying, and I'm going to stop. Wait, the bell just went off, and that means everybody skate backwards. When I ring the bell, we turn and skate backwards for the rest of the song. And I'm trembling.
It's very difficult to skate backwards. I was very slow at it.
Well, you know, you were slow at a lot of things.
Hey!
Special kid. That's my special one.
Special because I'm great, right?
Yeah, special because you draw on the walls and no one yells at you for it.
Mm-hmm.
She's just drawing on the walls.
One of the many perks of being the special one.
Didn't you once write something obscene on the wall?
I don't know.
There was someone in the family who did, and I can never remember who. But one of the kids just wrote "fuck."
That couldn't have been me.
That's awesome.
I did go through a phase where I was drawing people pooping, and then I was hanging them up all over the house. But they were on paper; they weren't permanent. But it was just something I was interested in at the time.
But I'd be honest here, it wasn't people; it was just the ass.
Right, it was a butt, and then a toilet, and then poop dropping out of the butt.
Oh, so there were pictures of the actual poop.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was constant.
Yeah.
Like it was enough that the
Kids
school
go
called.
through weird phases.
Kids, this was like last year.
Couldn't have been.
Dung porn. Dung porn. Too bad no one cared enough about you to, I don't know, take you to a shrink or
I
something.
was like, there's something really weird with this kid.
I was just like, I don't see it. It doesn't even look like poop to me.
Why reward her?
Why is that rewarding? What part of that rewards?
I also hung them on the bathroom, to the door to be like, this is the place where you do this.
That's practical.
Well, the hope there is that it would catch on restrooms all around the country, be the new sign.
Right. No gender.
Yeah. Well, there was no gender, and then your mom brought it to me, and she goes, I'm a little concerned. What do you think? And I go, what does she have against piss? A lot of people piss. Let's get on it.
Less interesting to me.
Yeah. All right. I just got this from the Entourage taping. I'm a little worried about it.
What happened?
But Vinny Chase has fallen into a drain somewhere, so we're going to turn off the water and then go through the pipes to see if we can find him.
Does anyone have gum and string to try to drag him back up here? Gum.
You know what?
No.
You ought to have one of those advice columns that they have, like a Heloise. Get some gum and string, okay?
I said that because I had to fish a lighter out of my
Balls. No, really, what was it?
Sink.
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 You all right?
I was smoking
He's
in the bathroom.
making fun of that kid who's on
That was
Everybody's
so
Got
mean.
Talent.
I can't believe you made fun of him.
What is it? No, America's Got Talent. Not Everybody's Got Talent.
Not everyone.
Everyone's in. You all get a TV show and a Broadway show.
Everyone gets a golden buzzer.
I think we proved that everyone doesn't have talent from American Idol. Very few people have talent.
The special people like me.
Well,
Have
you're good.
talent.
You're a good drawing. She's good with the
Poop.
yeah, just constant poop pictures.
I wish Gurion was here to hear this.
Well, Gurian's going through a whole thing because people caught him lying last week, but Chris had backed him up on the air, so now I'm forcing him. When he said he knew the real Fonzie,
Right.
people writing in, the other people have been calling the real Fonzie,
Oh.
and then
But didn't we pull up an article on it?
That was a blog.
Okay.
and it didn't say it. It said that it wasn't him, and then Chris gave us it's him. Gurian's right. I saw a name and just yelled it out.
Shouldn't have skimmed so quickly.
Skinned? It's skimmed.
Skim.
If you skinned it, right?
Yeah.
Then you're a pioneer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. This show can't last. Hey, look who it is. It's Hard Rock Johnny.
Hello, boys and girls.
Oh, jeez.
Hi.
Talking about tiny celebrities, there's a lot of tiny musicians as well.
Okay.
With very small pants that I hang on a wall.
Yeah. Who's the smallest of them all?
Prince. You could fit him in your pocket.
He seems like he would have some teeny pants.
He has even teenier shoes. They're very tall but small.
You know who I found to be small was the entire band Black Sabbath.
Really?
Yeah, when we did Eddie's concert here with they showed up, and at one point people were passing Ronnie James Dio around like a little doll. They were like picking him up and
Ronnie James Dio, for that big powerful voice, was the tiniest little man.
Wow.
Just infant size. So
small.
And I mean, the voice is amazing. The voice just explodes. And he was so tiny. And I'm like, isn't he supposed to represent evil? You know, I mean, you're like, I guess evil is something you could just put in your pocket and finish later.
Tiny little demon.
Tiny little demon.
He's supposed to be the agent of the Dark Lord.
He's hot stuff, really. That's who he would have been. But yeah, that's always, and you know, of course, the Stones are all little people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tiny little Stones.
I met Ronnie Wood, and he was shorter than, he was like 5'5" and like 110 pounds.
If
that. They do look slight, though.
The Stones?
I think they read as kind of a slight group.
We had Gary Sinise was here the other night for a concert that we did, and he plays in this band that raises a lot of money for vets. And he was the double. He was a tiny celebrity and musician. He's very small.
I didn't know that he was small. I never thought of that. As Gary Sinise.
Yeah, he was tiny, very slight, and not very tall. And on the other side of it, we had Bill O'Reilly was here, who's like 6'5".
Yeah, Bill O'Reilly is very tall.
He's huge.
Gigantic.
Yeah. He
doesn't fit into either a celebrity or a musician.
Well, what was he doing? Is he doing songs for vets too?
Yeah,
bring people in who shouldn't sing and make them.
No, what he did was he worked for an organization called the Independence Fund. And so between the independent, they help provide wheelchairs for vets that are, they're bigger so that a vet who's injured can, instead of just having to roll around in their wheelchair, they can go anywhere. They basically give them the freedom and the ability to go hunting or go out do outdoors things. So then the government doesn't provide those. So the Independence Fund actually buys them. We ended up raising, $1.1 million for both between the two funds last week, which was a really cool little event.
So the way these wheelchairs work is like they can climb over anything.
They actually have the one company. If you look them up online, it's called Tank Chair. They actually have treads. They have like army, like they look like a tank, and they can go out. So it gives these vets who are wounded the ability to just kind of do things that you normally couldn't in a wheelchair.
Can you just use them in a mall though?
Yeah, they can climb stairs. They climb stairs. These things, they're amazing.
Yeah, you could use them anywhere. The ones with the tracks are probably a little harder to use in a indoor situation, but there was one that's like a 6-wheeler that they have set up for hunting, so it has like a gun rest on it, so you can, go out and hunt and do things that a normal person.
Could you imagine being a deer and you look up and here's a guy coming at you like that? You gotta be like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
This isn't even fair.
Just give it up.
You've got guns. You've got tank wheelchairs.
God, it's cyborg. A hunting cyborg.
You can't keep doing this. I'm just give up.
I can't evolve quick enough for this.
No.
Yeah.
All right, Shrekka wrote to us, oops, I guess you didn't get my email. I don't know what that meant. No, I didn't get an email from you, Shrekka.
Pepper probably didn't. He didn't answer it.
No, Pepper, we set up a system for him yesterday. If you get an email, you forward it to who?
Dan Perlman.
Yeah. And then Dan Perlman is going to remind you to return your emails.
Yes, Dan Perlman is a good emailer. He's going to remind me of everything I need to do.
I know, but wouldn't this be a better idea? We just put Dan Perlman in charge.
Yeah,
Perlman?
CC Dan Perlman on every email.
And then we just cut it. And finally, we get around to, why even put Pepper into this?
Wait, what? No.
Well, it makes sense, you know what I mean, to cut out the guy who doesn't return for the guy who does.
It's getting better because I have the Pro Man effect.
I'd like for you to CC Dan on all your private emails as well, just to be sure.
Okay.
The Eagle has landed.
What's this mean?
The hockey tickets are here.
Chris, I have to remind you the hockey tickets are here.
The weight is a little small on them. So when I got here today, Stanley was he was like Rumpelstiltskin, furious with, who was it, the sales department?
The sales department. It's just infuriating, but the things that what I'm hearing is lying about.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
But there's emails to back up everything that's supposed to have happened with various.
I'd see, here's where it doesn't look like you're going to win in this in a business way.
Yeah.
When you get these short, jagged sentences that you have that kind of don't make sense. It almost like with when he speaks, it's like you can see the words that are redacted somehow. In the middle of
I'm a CIA report, is what I am.
and I try to guess what he's talking about. So is Don on your side or against you?
Don is on my side.
I hate to see him on a losing team.
No, we're going to win this thing. We're going to crush it. We're going to destroy. We're going to win.
Wait, first of all, we're all on the same team?
Oh, yeah.
So there's no one to crush and destroy.
Right.
Okay.
It's just communication.
The ship's going to be righted, is what's going to happen.
What is it?
The ship's going to be righted.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. The ship is the show?
Yes.
And then we're going to be what?
Righted.
Righted?
Is that not the right way to say it?
Not wrong.
It's writ. That's what you're looking for. The ship will be writ.
Righted.
Righted.
All right, Johnny, talk to you later, buddy.
Later, Benningtons.
This comes to us on the Twitter tweets from Tom Ford to remind us tonight the Chris Gethard show starts on Fusion. He was a buddy of ours who's done Unmasked and done the show, and he's taking a cable access show to now having a national platform. It's an amazing story.
It starts at 10 p.m. on Fusion tonight. It's the first show.
That's a problem for me because you got the Louis C.K. is doing the end of his 5th season, which seems crazy.
And then it's like an extra long episode for that, right? Or it's
I think they're running the special that he did from the Comedy Store right after. That's the one that was out on his website for so long. That's craziness. Oh, here's some other comedy news. Tracy Morgan has settled with Walmart, and he says Walmart did him and his friends okay.
Yeah.
The line up on Fark was, it's now being called Traymart. Welcome to Traymart. But I think, first of all, this is good news because he's such a sweet, sweet man. And I'm hoping, the improvement is there and he's working supposedly all the time. But where do you think he will make his first big appearance? Where will he show up first?
Jimmy Fallon.
I think he will do an SNL appearance, a pop-in.
You think he'll wait that long and then pop out on SNL?
Yep.
I see this more as almost a 60 Minutes type, that you could end up doing an hour, getting a lot of people to watch it, all the different stuff. You go back on Tracy, and then we'll see him towards the end of it. Almost like he's a Bruce Jenner. Like, I'm no longer Tracy,
He's transitioned.
Right. I hope he comes out in one of those wheelchairs that Hard Rock Johnny's been building in his garage that have the tank tread.
I guess he's a robot now.
Rowboat.
He's a comedy rowboat.
I miss him. It's been so long since we've seen old Tracy.
Yeah. He's it's been okay. I'm already wrong. He's doing the Today Show on Monday.
Oh, faster than I thought.
Yeah.
Damn.
Right out the gate.
Waste no time.
Yeah, I think he's he's walking fine again.
I heard he might never even perform before this.
No, he's good.
It's a miracle.
I hope that they're going to be outside and he comes up on a jet ski.
Fucking cartwheels. Good for Tracy.
Let's do this, though. Tears or no tears?
Tears.
No cheers.
I've never seen him do anything where there wasn't tears. So if he's not, I know that he's not well.
Right.
If he's not crying.
If there are tears, I would say it would be 2 tears in a bucket.
Oh. I'm not down with that.
Will there be a crotch chop involved?
Bucket, right? People are complaining because I gave out the wrong address yesterday. I never should have gave out the address. It wasn't even up and fixed. But it's the Bennington Show at Gmail. The Bennington Show at Gmail. That's my fault. I shouldn't go saying stuff before we are prepared.
Sure, but it was close.
Yeah.
It was really close.
Yeah, I guess, but it doesn't help you.
Right.
If it doesn't show
now,
up.
Should I be emailing you on that email?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know why I even brought it up, but now I have to correct the thing that I shouldn't have brought up.
And now there's some other Bennington Show that's just getting a lot of emails.
Just leave that one out of
Done.
it. It's the Bennington Show.
The Bennington Show at Gmail.
Okay, don't yell at me, all right? Take a step back. All right, I'm not the sales department, all right? Where you can go into one of your redactathon tantrums and scare me off. Why don't you let Don handle this stuff? Why are you in the middle of it?
Don seems like he's good at this stuff.
Don is a corporate wizard.
A professional, if you will.
Don is handling it. But I'm on the show side here.
So you're the muscle in many ways.
If it has to come to that.
I wouldn't call it muscle.
It's on the dead weight.
No one's going to push him. That's for sure.
I'm the crazy threats guy.
All right. Now, Mike is saying Gail is wrong. Matt Damon and Minnie Driver are both the same height. 5'10".
Damn it. Maybe I'm thinking the wrong movie.
Or maybe he wants her to look, maybe they wanted him to look taller than her.
Maybe, yeah, could be. I could be thinking of the wrong movie. Google Minnie Driver Trough and see.
Liz Sets Fire says, I'm still sending them to Ron and Fez at AOL.com. Am I talking to a ghost? I say, here's the problem with that. First of all, it's going to move everything over, but I wasn't even prepared yesterday to make that statement.
Right. Did you get a flood of emails?
Yeah, I don't know. I there was no reason to make that statement yesterday. I just made it on the spur of the moment.
You were excited about your new email.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a Gmail account. Everyone gets excited when they get one.
Sure.
I mean, get all that storage for free.
Omar said New York just became a little less New York with pictures of the Letterman sign coming down. Are we going to hate this every moment of it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The sign has to come down. There's a new show. But the reruns aren't even on TV.
Maybe we could put it somewhere else.
I remember back when they did that and they wanted to rename the theater, the David Letterman Theater in the early 90s. And he said, no, I won't, right? So now if Colbert calls it the Stephen Colbert Theater, he'll really look like a dick.
He's going to look like a jerk.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll call it the David Letterman Theater.
I don't think he could do that.
That'd still look bad if you did that.
I would agree with that. I think it would still look bad. Now, I don't know whether you know this, but 30 Rock last winter put out a tiny little Tonight Show sign where they never had it before. Did you ever notice it?
Is it on the front? Is it like on 6th Avenue?
Yeah.
I noticed it like when we were over at Jouk. I was like, oh, hey, Jimmy Fallon, Tonight Show.
That started last winter. That's how long it's been up there.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's really you have to look for it to see it, but it does look nice and it fits in with the rest of the building. And no one had that before. Nobody.
I think it's crazy how many things you could pass in the city because you're just in your own world if you're here all the time and not looking around with like tourist eyes. Like you just pass something that you see all the time. You're like, oh, I didn't know they had a balcony, but it's only like 3 floors up. You're just like, I've been plowing forward all this time, not looking up.
I remember when you used to come into New York and they said, don't look up at the buildings because people will see that you're a fucking hayseed rube and they will take all your money and punch you.
Something I was told my entire childhood, everyone always said, when you go to New York City and you're on the subway, do not look any human in the eyes.
Yeah.
This was said to me constantly, like, as a cautionary tale, I guess. I wasn't even like I said, I'm going to New York. People would just discuss in New York City, you can't look people in the eyes. Where did this come from?
The 80s.
But was that even true of the 80s?
Well,
like, everyone was mentally ill? Like, I understand there was a lot more crime, but it's hard for me to believe that people who are living in the city were not looking each other in the eyes.
And just like with a dog, you don't want to look it directly into the eyes or put your fingers up near anybody's mouth.
Sure.
It's provoking. All right. It was Thunderdome.
I prefer to stare everyone down as soon as I get on the train.
What's your name? What's your name? You're just sitting on the subway. I'm counting $20 bills. I got 18 $20 bills because I'm here in New York City.
Just counting on the open like that.
Oh, I forgot. I got $100 bills in my boot. I'm hiding them from all you people.
Doesn't help when you announce it to us, sir.
Bum, 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 bum. All right, I just was handed this. This is sad. It seems that Johnny Drum fell off of his seat, which for him is like falling 18 stories.
Oh, God.
Luckily, he's light enough that he bounced, so he's going to be fine.
That's lucky. Why didn't they get him little chairs?
Don't worry, girls. He'll be at the big ice cream social tonight. It's that time of year.
I know.
Are you ready for the summer?
Ready for the summer. I watch it every year.
Got to watch the meatballs at the start of the summer.
Or the last day of school, if you are in school.
Does that seem more to you, or does it Grease? Because we're going to rule the school.
That you watch on the first day of school.
Anyone who's excited about being the oldest kid in high school is like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I don't get that.
This is my year.
We're the seniors now. Fuck you, world. I'm a senior.
Not going to take anybody's shit. We're all going to... Metaphorically, we're not actually going to worry about people's shit.
Why don't you put Stanley's face at the bottom of some of your poop, Bart?
Don't do that.
If you'd like me to draw you one, I will.
I saw one of your drawings. Stanley was just over licking it.
Oh.
Why were you doing that?
I wasn't.
Oh.
He likes to taste the poop.
It's a bad rumor.
It's just a drawing. You're not going to get the flavor.
People can imagine.
All right, Carol says, when I want to see if two people are the same height, I take them to 7-Eleven. Hashtag Gail Advice Show. Let's go over here to Brian, and they give his address as Golden State. So, very excitement, Brian?
Yes. Come on. It's been 40 years. I was a wee babe when the Warriors were last in the finals.
Well, first of all, how many experts didn't even pick your team to go to the finals because they thought that they rested on the three too much?
Yeah, but I mean, Curry just lit the whole series up, right? Now he's the MVP of the league, and he's also got more threes than anyone ever now in the playoffs. I don't know what the number is now, over 60, something like that?
Yeah, it's a ridiculous amount. He's a monster.
Great.
He's a beautiful baby-faced monster with even more of an adorable daughter.
Good Lord, that child is just a model already, right?
What was she singing last night? There was some rap song she just starts doing.
I don't know. I didn't catch it. I did see her like come out of the curtain, and that's all they were talking about on the news this morning. And the local news here is, oh, look how adorable she is. Oh, and the Warriors are going to the finals. But look how adorable this kid is.
In other news,
right?
Yeah.
All I want to hear is about the finals, and I want to put some money down right now. I got a C-note worth of a package or actual money for Chris, as long as Chris is taking the Cavs.
So if you take the Cavs, Chris, you benefit. But does that hurt by doing this? Does that reverse jinx?
Well, I was feeling the Cavs in the first place. I feel like LeBron's going to get that next ring.
Well, let's play with this game a little bit. What is the better story? Golden State wins this first time in 40 years, or Cleveland finally gets a championship with their wayward son who has come back to them. They're both pretty good backstories.
I like the Cleveland story better because they haven't won anything. They haven't won anything. That town is fucking awful.
This is good. This is good, Chris.
Sports,
we're on opposite sides of the fence.
I got to tell you this, though. I have had so much fun anytime I put on Golden State this year because they are beautiful. They literally play a beautiful game.
The beautiful game.
Yeah. Well, the beautiful game is a different game, but they make this game beautiful.
So if they can stop LeBron, they're going to win.
Yes, you are correct. They have to stop
Chris,
LeBron.
Come on. Yeah. Pony up, buddy.
Which, by the way, happens in finals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He hasn't had the best. But it's 2 out of 5. He's been 5 in a row now. 1-2 for LeBron.
All right, so if he loses, right, it really starts to look bad instead of great.
He looks like shit. All right, if the Cavs lose, they're gonna look fucking. I mean, LeBron's gonna look terrible. He'll look like he's just a choke artist. I'm gonna say chump.
Yeah, but he's not a choke artist if he's picked now not to win this thing. And who did he lose to? The Spurs and
he lost to the Spurs. He lost to the Mavericks, and he lost to.
That would have been it, right? This is only his 5th final.
Yeah. He won twice, but he lost to the Spurs, lost to the Mavericks.
But he just doesn't have the supporting cast that he had in Miami.
No, of course not. He doesn't. And working through the East is a lot easier than playing any of those teams in the West.
Right.
All right. Good luck to you, my friend, and good luck to everybody there in the Bay Area. It's a very, very exciting time, and this is an exciting team for them. But LeBron does win. Let's say that. You got to start talking to him like he was Jordan. To come back with this fucking know-nothing team that was in last place or whatever shitty place they were without him.
Yeah, they were a train wreck.
Stop trying to take from Amy Schumer. She's got her own...
That's her thing.
That's her thing.
That's her word.
That's like saying her putting out a movie called Centaur.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be pissed.
Oh, I'd be very angry. Whether I want it or not, that's part of the brand now.
You embrace your Centaur title now?
I just know it's out there.
I got a text from Don saying, please tell Stanley to shut up about sales.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know what he's talking about, and he's the problem.
What?
Is that a quote?
Doesn't sound like we're on the same team anymore. Sounds like I'm the odd man out here.
Well, you're just the odd man, period.
Boy, do you have egg on your face.
I have egg.
That's for breakfast. That has nothing to do with this.
Missed piece.
He actually has toast on his face. But I think that's from yesterday's lunch.
You should cook eggs, by the way.
Yeah, not raw.
What's wrong with having a raw egg?
Well, you're not a wolf, for one. You're not an old coyote. Do you see the size of that grouper that got caught off Sanibel Island?
I didn't see it.
You will not want to swim in the water down there when you just see how big a fish is.
Grouper are massive. I know that.
Yeah.
And
so this guy was catching it on a kayak. The video was up on the iBang. This is the largest fish ever caught on a kayak before. And when it comes up, you'll see the size of this thing. There's audio with it as well.
Yeah, baby!
Oh my God.
Oh my God, boy!
That's insane.
It's a fucking cow!
Holy crap!
Look at it when it just slapped. Now, to me, you gotta release it, right? I mean, keeping that is like keeping a person.
I know. Because
Look at that boy.
how old does this creature have to be? What
At
did
least
it go
3 years old before they get that big. But grouper are gigantic, and I don't think there's many left. I might be wrong about this if anyone knows the golf, but tarpon were giant and incredibly fast. And if you're ever in the water, I was down at night swimming in Key West, and there was lights, over the thing, and a tarpon came by, and it was like a fucking submarine just fucking shot past you. It was so massive.
They're huge and super powerful.
Yeah. I've heard stories where they've drugged boats like 100 miles and shit. Like a guy would just be drifting and do it, hook a tarpon, and it would drag him 100 miles before he could get in the boat.
I don't like to be... I love to swim in the ocean, but the second I see something that freaks me out, I'm out.
Well, there's a lot of
I know,
shit
but
in
I
the
have
ocean.
I have to distance myself once I see something because I'm in there pretending that I'm not in the same body of water as billions of terrifying creatures.
Would a stingray chase you out of the water?
I have been in the water with a stingray, and I feel like I was able to stay for a little while, but then it started to really sink in.
Because they're so
like,
gross. I've stepped on them before.
Yeah, I touched one with my foot before. And then I was like, bleh.
Yeah, they're slippery, like you take off, but it's also moving.
Yeah.
And then whipping its tail around to try to get rid of you.
But kind of leathery, too, like a wetsuit or something.
It's like your leather jacket was underwater and then someone stepped on it.
Yeah.
And then your leather jacket had a tail and tried to sting you with it. What about a giant jellyfish?
No.
Oh.
But I have been in the water when a whole swarm, like all those little ones, show up. Ugh.
I was in the water once in this storm, and me and Pop were trying to help this guy. He was like a fucking moron, and he had stayed out when the weather got bad. He'd never really had a boat before. He had his family, so he'd fucking come up to these docks, right? We had just got our boat in. I was already tired, and we got it out of the water and shit. And then the storm fucking hits, and this idiot comes up. His wife and kid were crying. He pulls it up, and he jumps out of the fucking boat to try to tie it up, but he had never turned it off. So it was fucking swinging around the wife and kid, and your fucking Pop just dives in the water. And I'm like, shit. You know what I mean? I had to go follow him in. And we're trying, like, he got up into the boat, turned it off, and then I was helping him from the back, and these big waves were coming up. And, you know, he's yelling at me like old man in the sea. Like, suddenly now, this is all my problem. So I'm trying to hold the back of it. I'm like 14.
He's like, starboard.
All that kind of shit, right? I'm like 14 or 15, right? So I got the back while we're trying to tie it off, and I'm in the water, and these waves just keep coming up. And then there's just this giant jellyfish right on my face. And it's not stinging me, but I'm like this. I'm yelling and screaming directly into jellyfish meat.
You're inside a jellyfish. You're inside a jellyfish.
Yeah, it's basically like I pulled it down over me like a hat.
Fuck, man.
Like I was one of those Bill Cosby kids that used to just have the eye holes cut out. And it was like such a gross feeling that I should show up at, you know, one of those round tables where people have been molested. You know what I mean? And I would just say to him, I know, one time I had a jellyfish all over my face like a ski mask.
The texture of a jellyfish is really horrible. I don't like to touch them. Have you been stung by one, though, before? It's very painful.
Yeah, it's terrible to be stung. Here's Dan. He lives down in Sanibel, so he knows everything the fuck to talk about. Hey, Dan, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Bennington, what's going on?
Hey, man.
Hey, that grouper that guy caught, they're called a Goliath grouper, and back in the day, back before things became all PC, you could call them a Jewfish. But
so that's what a Jewfish is.
That's a Jewfish, yeah. And as far as tarpon, they are very plentiful here. They actually come up in May. They run these giant mullet schools up the coast. But a little information about the tarpon. They're actually the only fish with an air-breathing lung. They're a prehistoric fish. So they actually come up to the surface to gulp the air. So that's why you'll see like hundreds of these things just rolling on the surface and gulping air. But they're very prevalent from like May through the summer. Then they're gone, and you know they come back in giant schools. But there's guides that actually take people out to try to catch those Goliath grouper that you're talking about.
Yeah.
And you should see the size of the fucking reels, man. They've got to like double string them with like this ultra steel leader, and we've watched dudes anchored up against piers trying to pull these things out and literally snapping two lines that they have tied, and this dude was hooked up with one, snapped a line, and then dropped the dude in the boat, just went flying back. So yeah, man, it's pretty exciting down here.
Is this the kind of grouper that you can get grouper sandwiches out of eventually?
No, if you eat this grouper, it tastes like dog shit, man. Most of the grouper that people are eating down here in Florida, it's either Mexican reds caught out of the Gulf of Mexico, or domestic blacks or Nassau There's a lot of different species of grouper, but those gag groupers, those big ass ones, they're actually a protected species, so you really can't even take them out of the water.
So yeah, he's just going to release it as soon as he.
Yep, it's catch and release, and it's strictly for the sport and the excitement. And but yeah, man, it's a beautiful area down here in Sanibel, and there's tons of fishing and lots of shit going on. But yeah, you see guys out there, guys specifically targeting those Goliath grouper, and just for the thrill, man. But they're really, really hard to catch. But I couldn't imagine catching that shit on a kayak. That's just insanity, man. That fucking thing could swallow the kayak if it wanted to.
Yeah, it would be really. I really wanted to see him try to like bring it in. That would have been the best.
It probably took quite a while, man, because that thing what those things do is they sit on the bottom and they're basically waiting for shit to come down, and they just pop out of these giant holes and fucking nail whatever comes out. So the guys that use bait, they'll use a 20-pound fucking catfish and drop it down in these holes with these giant circle hooks, and literally as soon as that thing hits, if you're not on it and fucking yanking it out of the hole, he ain't coming out, man. You might as well just cut the line. So just the fact that he got that thing to the surface was very, very rare, man. Those fish that size are not caught very often down here or in a fucking kayak for that much. You know what I'm saying?
So you live year-round in Sanibel?
Yeah, I live in a town called Cape Coral, which is basically
across the bridge.
You know, I could get to Sanibel quicker driving than I can by car. I actually have to fucking go through Fort Myers, go over the Sanibel Causeway Bridge to get to Sanibel. But from where I live, I could fucking, as a crow flies, it's like literally 5 minutes to Pine Island and to Sanibel, and it's people from all over the world come down here, man, to check it out.
Well, I've been down there, and there's some people, and I didn't even know that they existed. They're just like seashell people, and and they're like, this is the best seashell island in the world, and they just
it really is.
On and on
They're
about
not kidding. Yeah, it is. It really is. There's a spot called Blind Pass on Sanibel, and people from all over the world will come to this beach. And it is true. You can find like the most amazing seashells. And but I was born and raised up in Orlando, and we used to come to the West Coast over here. I mean, I used to go to New Smyrna, Cocoa Beach, but nothing was as beautiful as the West Coast and over here in Sanibel. So I decided to move over here. So it's nice, man. Nice life. Good talking to you guys.
Yeah, I was down there, right? And I didn't know about the seashells and stuff. And I'm on the beach, and they're like, some of these seashells would come in, and they would be like deep, like 6-8 inches deep of seashells.
Weird.
Just right there. And these people were all going
like collectors and stuff?
You know, collectors would be all over it, and they'd be like going through it like they were panning for gold, looking for special shells and shit. And I was just out for a walk in the morning. I'm like, what the fuck? And they're like, look at this one. And I'm like, it's a seashell. I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean?
But it's beautiful. Look
yeah,
at it.
I know. You could stop and get a goddamn bottle of them at any place down here. I'm not going to be spending the whole day getting a redneck just trying to fucking find them.
But these are free.
Why don't you get one with a palm tree painted on it? It's pretty cool.
That'd be the way to roll. Maybe the town that you're in.
Mm-hmm. I'm just into the West Coast, best coast of Florida.
You don't like East Coast? You don't like the Beast?
I've lived on every coast, all 3 coasts of Florida.
That's true. You've lived on every coast, seen it all. Now you haven't been back in years.
I know. I've never returned to the homeland.
You consider that your homeland?
I guess.
Did you ever see that Twitter account that just called Florida Man, and it just tweets stuff that just say Florida Man found naked, Florida Man, like they treat it like it's one guy.
Yeah.
It's really fucking funny because everyone sees Florida as being the craziest ass place in the world now.
I feel like when I lived in Florida, I just thought everything was kind of crazy.
Right.
And then when I moved to New York, it was like, you're from Florida, it was like complete ridicule. Like, what a fucking ridiculous place to be from. You must be a crazy person, like meth head, crack hoe. Like, I don't know. Like,
Foxy.
You lived in a trailer. And I'm like, no, there's other people there.
People in this area, they view, well, first of all, they're all cool about South Beach, like a weekend there. Right. But then they view the rest of Florida as if it is a fucking drainage ditch filled with zombies.
Yes.
Oxy zombies.
I think it's the news that just freaks people out about it, you know?
I will say weird people flock to Florida. I mean, there's no doubt.
Well, you're going to do that. If you're on the run from Johnny Law, you're going to go as deep down as you can, you know? I mean, you're going to say, I'm dropping out. You might as well drop low.
Sure.
Till finally you get to Key West, and then everything is true. That's crazy. Like, as crazy as Key West is, I mean, Florida is, people will go, I'm a little scared of Key West.
Is that nuts?
It gets...
It's its own place.
Yeah, it's really should be a different country. All the Keys.
Yeah.
You know?
It doesn't remind you of, I mean, there's things about it that are like Florida, but it's its own weird community of people who seem to have like chosen this over real life. Don't you think that? Like they're like, I didn't want to live whatever.
It's been a long, but the first time I got down there, I'm like, where am I? The Deadhead parking lot? You know what I mean? That's what it felt like.
It's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. But the weird thing is, and this is true, all those folks work like 3 or 4 jobs just to stay there. You know, like you'll see them doing something in the morning, something else in the afternoon, then they're bartending at night. Because I used to have I was on a radio station there, and we would go and do gigs every once in a while. And it was the most fun that I could have. But everybody I meet is like, I'm a DJ, and in the morning I open up this store for people, and then at night I work over at the titty bar. And I'm like, wow, how come you got to do all that? You know, we get paid in sunshine, bro. You know?
Right, now it makes sense.
But you know, Sanibel is way, you know, that's like a totally different buzz. And a lot of rich people and a lot of people from Europe go there. And mainly it's for one reason, to find seashells.
Have I been there before?
You might have been there when you were a baby.
Right.
On the other side of Fort Myers. So I used to do things at Fort Myers that would tie in one night at Sanibel.
Right.
We'd go out there and just fucking tube. Because no one gave a shit. They weren't even there for nightlife, you know what I mean? It's like one of those places where they don't even like, you don't even have like neon signs, you know? They like to play it down.
Right.
So it's like they don't want anyone coming there for the seashells.
What are you talking?
If you say they're playing it down, like they don't want the people coming there. That's what it sounds like.
You mean the nightlife is played down?
The nightlife is played down.
I just thought they were pissed. People
Protect these seashells.
Yeah, it sounds like they're pissed. People are stealing the seashells.
Everybody's trying to get my shells.
Do you know how many puka shells are available, dude? You know nothing about the home business. Chris would just try to put a horseshoe crab around his neck because he's so fucking stoned.
Puka dude, you're so wise about shells.
Well, I know the business. Our family has been in the puka industry for the last 7 generations.
Shit.
Wait a minute. I started when I was 14. I forgot. But to find fine pook is a skill in itself. It's like a game of peekaboo. You see it, and then it disappears. You've got to run in and grab it.
No, it's so serious.
I get most of my necklaces by buying puka necklaces, ripping them apart, and then restringing them myself. Trying to look exactly like the first necklace.
It's a weird business model, Puka dude.
You got to be authentic. Stanley, what's your problem, dick?
I don't have a problem, Puka dude. It seems like you have a problem with me.
What's your problem, bro?
Don't have one.
Stanley, don't start with Puka
I thought
dude.
we were all friends here, Puka.
You staring at the puka?
Well, yeah, it's a good-looking Puka.
Just talking about myself.
I thought
Gay bird.
I'm straight.
Excuse me, Gail. Didn't mean to use that language in front of you.
Puka dude just called you a gay bird.
Well, the Puka dude's way wrong. I thought he was talking about his puka shells.
This was the best thing. So they don't want anybody to find the shells. Trying to keep it on the down
These are my
low.
shells, right? My shells?
Oh, God.
They're trying to get our sweet, sweet shells.
I feel bad that that guy feels like he can't call a Jewfish a Jewfish anymore.
If that's what makes you happy, just do it.
Yeah.
In the privacy of your home.
You know what I'm concerned about this year? And maybe I can put the kids on this, you know, my new kids in the hall, my kids, my backup kids.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we're going to have a song of the summer this year. Normally it breaks early and carries through the summer, but I have not heard something that sounds like the pop song that everybody's going to love.
It seems like we're not ready for it. We had a long winter. Why aren't we ready for this summer vibe?
Because Uptown Funk would have been the perfect song of the summer, and they fucking played it during the winter.
And it's still playing everywhere.
So they're just going to carry this over?
No, you can't.
That's never happened in history.
You need a new summer song, right? You can't just have...
What was last year? Was that Fancy? That Iggy Azalea song?
That, I think, was last summer.
I thought that was like 3 summers ago, but I get confused when it comes to summers.
Blurred Lines was one of them once.
2 lines.
Those were 2 summers ago.
Yeah, and that has actually lost its title because it ripped it off, and we just have to give that to Marvin Gaye. But anyone who has little girls would know what the song of the summer is.
I'm sure they're already listening.
Yeah.
Listening to it.
866-766-0339. 866-766-0339. I'll tell you a person who always knows what the song of the summer is going to be is Zito, too. Because Zito is a top 40 gal.
He's got his finger on the pulse.
I don't know if that's the pulse he's got his finger on.
He told me it was the pulse.
Oh, jeez.
Don't listen to him.
He's from Rhode Island, and they've got venereal diseases.
Oh, God.
Syphilis and gonorrhea is through the roof in Rhode Island.
Everybody in Rhode Island has it now.
Because it's so small.
I guess it's
very incestuous there.
Yeah, it's tiny. It's so small. Everyone has to take their sister to the prom.
Mm-hmm.
Zito has syphilis and gonorrhea. Apparently, I mean, he's from Rhode Island. He has both.
Right. Well, everyone in Rhode Island does have both.
It's terrible. It's ravaging their genitals.
It's the norm there, though, so you don't even have to worry about.
They're blaming
protection.
Tinder. They're saying Tinder's causing all this.
I don't doubt that. Because if some guy gets out there and he's getting a lot of Tinders, he can spread a disease fast, especially in a small enclosed. Rhode Island is no different than Wavering Pines. It's just this tiny little area surrounded by mountains, and people can't get to it.
Do you have to put your STD status on your Tinder?
I do anyway, just to be cool.
Throw it out there.
I use it as a brag. But here's the thing, too. The only way to get, for outsiders to get to Rhode Island is by balloon. That's right. The only possible way.
The roads are cut off?
Well, the roads are not going to cut through those mountain ranges that completely surround Rhode Island.
God.
You got to come up over top of it and then lower yourself down.
Good, because we're quarantining those STDs.
Oh, yeah. It'll stay
safer
there.
for us out here.
They'll all die of syphilis dementia eventually.
Is that where you normally get with it?
Yeah, you get dementia.
Oh, yeah.
and
You
syphilis.
get crazy. You get real weird.
I knew a guy who got syphilis off banging chicks off MySpace.
Let me guess. Is this guy's name Stanley?
No, it's not.
Every time you say, I know a guy,
Right.
I know it's you. Hey, John, what's up, buddy?
Hey, I'm glad to hear everybody's doing well. Hey, Ronnie B, you might have heard this little song called Happy.
That's like 4 years old.
Yeah, no.
We need a song
done
of the
with
summer,
Happy.
dude.
Yeah, it's kind of summer-ish.
No,
It's from years ago. You need a brand new
It's got to be new.
song that everybody's doing now. It's got to remind people of 15. They're like, oh, back in 15,
Right.
we used to listen to this.
Yeah. Now we don't. Screw this. When's the next one? But I remember that summer. Yeah, Happy Pharrell? No, that's way
No, we're
old.
done. We're done with Happy.
You're high on syphilis if you're fucking thinking
All right,
Happy.
easy, dude. You're tying everything together and it doesn't need to be there.
Okay, got it.
You know what I mean? Just try to fucking say to yourself that you're a person. You're a human being.
I'm a person. Out loud, I'm a being.
Yeah. I'm going to be at the 92nd Street Y. Go to 92y.org and get tickets to see me interview Lisa Lampanelli. That's Monday, June 22nd. Monday, June 22nd. I'm looking forward to that. All right, here is Jay. Jay, you think you got an answer for us?
Dude, Pepper, mark this right now. I'm calling the song in the summer. It's by this chick named Carly Rae Jepsen. And like a couple summers ago, she had that "Call Me Maybe."
Yeah, she had
Loved
a song
it.
of the summer already.
Loved it.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I really, 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 really like you.
I saw that on SNL. I saw her perform
Fucking
that.
terrible.
It's pretty.
I haven't heard it yet. Now, I think, did I meet her dad? Maybe I got her confused with another pop star, but one of the dads of a pop star. Well, just there would only be one dad, but produced the Fleetwood Mac Big Giant Hit. And his daughter's a pop song singer, but I thought she might be this, but I might be wrong. All right, let me hear this. Oh, this is the one that's got Tom Hanks in the video? Yeah, Tom Hanks is in the video.
I didn't see the video, but...
All right, let's take a listen. I gotta admit, it's not grabbing me, but I give Hanks all the credit in the world to be able to jump on this thing.
Sure.
You know, get a Song of the Summer opportunity for himself. Smart Tom Hanks. All right, let's go over here to line 1. And this is Lewis. He thinks he understands.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Song of the Summer is going to be.
Yeah, what's up, guys? The number one song of the summer, and this is actually coming from the artist, is Janelle Monáe, Yoga. She's been going around saying her song is the song of the summer.
All right, I love Janelle Monáe.
She's great.
Just fantastic. All right, let's take a listen. I don't know. I don't think it's catchy enough.
I feel like I'm jean shopping when I hear that.
Nothing wrong with that, is there?
There's also Rihanna, Bitch Better Have My Money. I kind of like that.
I don't know about that one.
It's mean-spirited.
Yeah. Here's Queen Elizabeth. She always knows the song of the summer.
Hey, Ronnie. Hey, Gail.
Hey.
It's called "Shut Up and Dance" by Walk the Moon. I heard it in a video somewhere, and I was just mesmerized. Me and my daughter love this song, and it's got a very summery feel to it.
All right, so it's just called "Shut Up and Dance," and it's "Walk the Moon." Let's take a listen.
It's got a very 80s feel to it.
But I just want to yell with my friends, and, you know, like, hey, we're all singing this together.
Let's all dance together.
Yeah, we're all
get
doing
some water
this. All right, thanks.
I think Carly J is winning right now.
Well, Carly J, it helps that Hanks is doing it with her, but is there a site that can tell us, like, what the last 5 summers, songs of the summer were?
I believe so.
Because, you know, if you go back to some of those, you know that they have the anthem feel that you need to be Song of the Summer.
All right,
Of the summer.
Here's the last 5 years. So, Fancy was last year.
Fancy.
What did you think it was, Chris?
I said Fancy.
Okay, you did have it.
And then, before that, Blurred Lines. Then Call Me Maybe, Carly Rae Jepsen. Then Party Rock Anthem by LMFAO.
Oh, sure. That's going to be there.
And then before that, California Girls with Katy Perry and Snoop Dogg.
All right, see, that's going to be good.
Now, where's Happy in there? It just was Happy.
Was a winter song.
It was.
It was a winter song.
But they did that never went away, is what it was.
Yeah.
It felt like it was on a lot.
Same with I'm Up All Night to Get, what is it, Lucky?
Yeah, Lucky.
That was kind of more of a winter song. I thought it should have stayed on his Song of the Summer.
Yeah.
I thought Blurred Lines was an embarrassment.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blurred Lines was able to overpass it over that summer.
Well,
yeah.
you know,
Get Lucky was better.
I know, but I couldn't stop singing Blurred Line. And you did something bitch in this place. I believe that the summer needs a big pop song. I know a lot of people hate pop music, but you have to have a defining song that everyone hears, even if they hate it.
Right.
This is a song that you're going to hear if you're in Iowa walking the state fair, if you're on the Wildwood Boardwalk, if you're in the fucking Northern California growing marijuana.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to hear it.
Just bumping it in the fields.
Brings the people together.
Yeah, like people are together.
Like Hey Ya did.
Yeah, it's got to have a Hey Ya thing. Here is Tim. Tim.
Yeah, I don't know if you would call Nicki Minaj pop, but I think it'll be a hit. The Night Is Young song she just came out with.
Is that the one with Britney?
I don't know if Britney's in it or not. I heard it on the radio the other day.
I think her and Britney are doing a song, and that would really help to have these two monsters of rock come together for a rocking year.
Not with Britney. This isn't the song with Britney.
All right, let's take a little listen. Loving it, Gail?
What? Maybe.
Yeah, it made me want to start shooting into a crowd.
Hate Nicki Minaj.
Yeah. Mark. Go ahead, Mark.
Ronnie B.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not a big fan of Maroon 5.
Yes, you are.
Mm-hmm. Admit it. It's a safe
Okay, I'll
place.
admit it. I'm pretty sure that song, "This Summer's Gonna Hurt Like a Mother," is going to be the most played song on the radio.
All right, let's take a little listen to the boys who did Dance Like Jagger so big. I'm starting to really dream of getting to September as quickly as possible.
Can't wait for winter. These lyrics.
Yeah, they're just terrible. Here's Pat.
What?
Pat, go ahead.
Hey, try Esther Dean, Crazy Youngsters.
Esther Dean. Esther Dean! Get up here and sing these Crazy Youngsters.
What you want, Paul?
How come you ain't singing your big hit summer song? Crazy Youngsters.
Crazy Youngsters?
Yeah.
Like the title.
You got it, Chris? Bring it up. Ross.
Hey, it's going to be Taylor Swift and Bad Blood.
Oh, this one just came out, right? And went straight to number one?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, I saw this in the paper. And by the paper, I meant on the computer.
You tried to write me
All right, bring it down. I think the hook could work, but I think rapping fucking slows down your Song of the Summer opportunity.
For me, I feel like you need more pos vibes for a summer song.
Yeah, it should mention summer, you know?
Yeah.
It should be like, we're at summer and we're doing
As
summer
party
things.
time.
Yeah, it's our time to party in the summer.
Same vein as Crazy Youngsters. But
But not so on the nose.
Yeah,
The word youngsters kind of threw me
Yeah.
off. Like, no one uses that word. Youngsters.
Old people do. Old people do. Youngsters don't call themselves.
It's a good term.
You know, I'm a youngster and I'm hanging out with some youngsters.
Me and my youngster friends are going to go to the party this weekend. That doesn't make sense.
I use that word instead of the H word, which I think is offensive.
I don't know what the H word is. Hipster? Mm-hmm. You call them youngsters?
Youngsters. Yeah, because they're just young.
I call them goddamn hipsters. Ruining everything that used to be around here. My back hurts. Oh! You and I are supposed to do something, Gail, for the classic, one of the classic rock stations. We're picking out a year and playing the best songs of that year, or just songs that remind us of that year.
Yes, summer songs even.
Well, if you were to look at our year is 1975.
Mm-hmm.
So the stuff that we're going to be picking is not, don't even go to it, Chris, yet. What would you think the summer song of 1975 is?
That's so tricky because when we were discussing it, I was not thinking about pop songs. It's got to be a disco song, right?
It was just on the verge. Disco was starting, but it hadn't kicked in. It wasn't funk. There was a lot of pure pop in the 1970s. And I'm going to say that this song, the summer song of 1975, without looking, I believe would have been Love Will Keep Us Together by the Captain and his lovely wife, Tennille.
Really?
That's
you think
what my belief
that's what your thought is?
Yeah, I think I would pick that over any of the emerging discos, funks, or even. So, Chris, can you look that up for us?
I'm finding it right now.
Good. He has a computer. He's hooked up with the intranet.
That's so cool.
And they're able to see this.
He hacks into the mainframe,
Yeah.
and he's able to find all the summer songs that they have there.
But we have been asked, based on what we've done, apparently our Friday Music Talk has really picked up with other shows.
Yes.
And now other formats have called us to say, would you like to talk about movies? So they said, pick a year. And I go, let's do 1969. And I guess either the year went back too far for them.
Right. They're like,
or they were afraid of the 69
They didn't want
implications.
any jokes.
I don't know which it was.
The song is Love Will Keep Us Together, Captain Tennille.
Oh.
It's at the top of the chart for 5 weeks over the summer.
Wow.
Probably kicked off with Woman, take me in your arms, rock the boat, baby.
Now, is there
we
other?
won't be playing that kind of music.
No, it won't be
We will
like
play
that.
rock.
Just pure rock. Rock radio.
I'm excited to do that, though.
Mm-hmm. Should I put on rock radio voice?
Yeah.
Hey guys, you're listening to a deep track with the Benningtons.
See, that would be perfect.
I hope that I can debut rock radio, girl.
Lester Bangs. Do that.
We've got Lester Bangs here from Cream Magazine. It's a little early for the Stooges, isn't it?
The Doors? No. The Guess Who? Yeah.
Give me the Guess Who.
Iggy Pop. You know, Cameron Crowe has a movie coming out this weekend, Aloha, packed with stars.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't seen one of them on TV to talk about it.
Well, yeah, why is that?
Because the word's not good on it.
Oh, no.
Well, first of all, the Hawaiians are mad. They're like, you did a movie in Hawaii. Any Hawaiians going to appear in this or just pretty white people?
Nope, just the whites.
And then, remember when the whole download, they stole everything from that movie company?
Sony hack?
Yeah, the Sony hack. There was a lot of shit where that woman was saying, why did we ever say yes to this? It's a fucking mess.
Oh, no.
We knew it when the script was a mess. So that got out bad vibes on it.
Shouldn't put things like that in emails.
That's what I try to tell Stanley.
Watch it, Stanley.
My ass is going to get burned one of these days in the Sirius XM hack.
And a lot of people want to call us with their things, but I've already bored of it. Sarah thinks she knows. Sarah, what do you got?
My 12-year-old sister will not stop listening to that Pretty Girl song by Iggy Azalea and Britney Spears.
Yeah, I know that they have a song out. I've never really heard it, but let's take a listen.
The beat sounds exactly like Fancy.
Yeah.
It does. It's really funny. All right. Ken Shane says he heard 21 Pilots on Kimmel. Doesn't know the name of the song, though. It's very catchy. Now, Ken Shane, I trust when it comes to music.
All right. I see it.
He's the man with the golden ear.
Tear in My Heart is the name of the song. This is 21 Pilots performing on Kimmel.
Are we sure this is the one?
Yeah, this is like from a week, 6 days ago.
Yeah, but didn't they do more than one song?
I only see it's only uploaded as just the one song they did on Kimmel.
Don't you hate it when a guy will just turn around and let the audience sing for too long?
Right.
Like, I don't mind for a couple seconds, but I'm like,
to hear you,
Tom Petty. This is the third verse of breakdown that the audience is singing, and I'm sitting in between Joey Jojo and Dan Perlman, and I don't like what I'm hearing. What about that song Joe played yesterday? Is that going to be the song of the summer?
Yeah.
It should be the song of the summer.
The hardest Bennington to button or button to Bennington?
Hardest button to Bennington.
Button.
The button.
The button to Bennington.
Button to Bennington.
And then the problem with that, though, is like Dan had pointed out, it got off the rails lyrically and into just bringing up Twitter.
That's good,
turned into a Twitter plug.
Good plugs.
Yeah.
Here's the hardest button to Bennington.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Bennington Show. At Bennington Show. Twitter at Bennington Show. Oh, it's at Bennington Show.
It's redundant and really, it went from talking about the two of them and to just plugging at Bennington Show.
I think it drives the message home, though, at Bennington Show.
The pure joy on his face as it's being played, though. That alone.
It's a good song.
Yeah, you told me yesterday. You keep telling me.
Telling everyone.
Joe actually has to wait to be an entourage.
Yeah.
You can be an entourage girl.
Get in.
All right.
Did you say get it in?
Get it in.
So you got that confused with Jersey Shore, right? Hey, that was on TV too, right? Trying to sit here and talk to the kids.
You guys DTF, I guess, or GTL?
F.
I wonder why everyone derails every conversation. First of all, he derailed, and then when Stanley tried to come in, another derailment.
Just keep derailing.
Yeah.
Gotta get this train right.
Speaking of DTF, any of you guys ever had a BLT? Delicious! Especially when that tea's in season. Speaking of seasons, wasn't Season of the Sun a song of the summer? What about Boys of Summer? By Don Henley.
You're off the rail here.
Yeah. Off the rail. We better break here, huh?
Yeah.
Breaky break.
Yeah, we should break.
Bennington Show. Hey, welcome back to the Bennington Show. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Gail Bennington.
Hey, Daddy-O.
What are you doing looking at the phone all the time?
Well, I just got sent a tweet. I don't know how the terminology for tweet.
Yes.
I was sent a tweet.
Yeah.
From Liz Sets Fire. It says, this is for @GailAnn.
Yeah.
And it's a butt with a little poop emoji. And it looks so much like the drawing that I used to do.
That is...
It's very similar.
Weird.
There was a toilet as well, but that's pretty much what was going on with
You know
the
what
butt
I'm really
and poop.
turned off by? People have favored it. And, I mean, it's one thing for you to bring up something from when you were a little girl, and it's another thing for Liz Sets Fire to do her own little poop emoji. But what kind of person favorites this?
I love this. Let me favorite it.
Retweet it too, because
You know what? I'm going to retweet it because I hear that that's what people like.
RT it.
I'm going to favorite it, and now I'm going to retweet it.
Well, here's why it's important to RT that today.
Mm-hmm.
Liz Sets Fire had a lovely birthday today.
Oh my gosh! Happy birthday to Liz Sets Fire.
Yeah, and she says she's 12 at heart and enjoying a lot of this summer horse shit. She likes the summer horse shit.
Mm-hmm. Should draw it.
Horse poops.
You know, I think that some other mutual friend of ours has a birthday today.
Who's that?
Earl Douglas, I believe.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, I believe it's his birthday today.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I'll have to give him a call later. Here's a gentleman that we haven't talked to in a million billion years. The Brooklyn Blowhard. Hey, Blowhard.
Oh, my God, Ronnie B., how the hell are you?
How you feeling?
Doing great. Doing great. And let me just say that I'm glad that you got a good team. And this new partner of yours, this Miss Gail Bennington, he's the future of radio. You're the D. Wayne Lucas of radio talk show hosts. You have a stable out of your family.
Good. That's good to
I
hear.
want to see this girl go all the way. She has the talent, just like you. And damn, did I miss this show.
Well,
and
I
I'm
got to
just so
tell
happy to hear about, I get reports every so often.
This would be such great. I mean, what you're saying would be so great if any of your predictions had ever come through before, but they very rarely have.
Consistent, but Gail, nice to make your acquaintance.
Oh, this
I think that with the little bit I've heard, I see the future of radio. And
yes, I mentioned.
I'm going to continue paying for my prescriptions and my subscriptions.
Good.
And I want to thank Janice from Chicago for mentioning me the other day.
She loves you.
I will be rooting for the Blackhawks unless they play the Rangers. And so much has gone on since I've been,
so
laid
let's
up.
do those sports. Blackhawks go up against the Ducks. And by the way, a lot of people were mad at Emilio Estevez for rooting for the Ducks and calling Chicago, and this is pretty hurtful, the Windy City Windbags.
Uh-oh.
So people were like, fuck you and your brother and your dad, your movie career.
That's funny. During the time I was gone, I basically was admitted with my problem to, I guess it was during the World Series, and I didn't get to talk with you, and then the Super Bowl, Deflategate, a lot of things, national championship. We didn't get to talk about a lot of things. And
Obama's the president now. You weren't there for that.
I can't believe that.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. And I get reports, and I want to first thank the Bensonhurst Rehab Center, which I was located 1 block away from the opening credits of the Welcome Back, Kotter subway scene when you see the school.
So you were doing great.
I was right next door to the school, and the subway was right outside my window, the old D train. And I want to thank people like Dr. Steve, who kept on referring to my medical treatment as Brooklyn Third World Medicine. GVAC for calling up and giving me sports scores because I would fall asleep before the game was over. People like Kathleen and Photoshop Mike, who, by the way, has a beautiful child. And, and then there's so many great people who would keep in touch with me. And then I would spend time on Facebook because I was bored. And I could not believe the anger that Black Earl was writing during all those police riots and stuff. Everything Black Earl posted, it was like, I was shocked at all the hatred towards the cops. And you got to ask him about this. I think there's something that we don't know about.
We're trying to get a hold of him now for his birthday.
He wrote the wildest stuff about policing, and you know,
well, a lot of black people were upset during Ferguson and Baltimore and all that.
He was worse than H-Rap Brown. He was just writing all these diatribes.
If you think he was crazy, you should have been following Anthony. Anthony is like, fuck the police, and the black man doesn't have a chance in this country.
Really?
You know, what about the black man? Take care of him. Yeah, he got really, really hardcore. And then finally, and this is his thing, he hooked up with 3 black dudes, the Skanks, and they are taking over podcasting.
Wow, I never heard of them. I got to check them out.
Mark it down. Anthony's going from a standalone fruit to a completely gigantic and growing network that is going to just overrun everything that's been done before.
I think this podcasting with the computer machine is like the future.
I think that the computer, it's handy for a lot of reasons. Number 1, I get to do my shopping there.
Yep.
2, chat rooms where I can go chat with people of the same interest.
Right.
And 3, recipes. I can get my recipes off there. Yeah.
Are you still using that shop at home thing that they send you all the ingredients?
Well, Blue
Apron?
Yeah, I'm still using Blue Apron and loving it. Gail's a Blue Apron person as well.
Yes, he got me into it, yeah.
Gail looks lovely. I saw a picture of her on Facebook.
Oh, that's very nice.
She's got that Feroza Bulk look. What's her name?
Feroza Bulk.
Well, that's
Does anybody remember laughter?
She's got that look, like she's got the beautiful eyes.
She is. Like she said to me the other day, we are the weirdos. And then she scared everybody. Well,
did you say that your friend lost his foot, his leg, flathead?
Yeah, well, not his foot, just a couple of toes that he wasn't using much anyway.
Yeah, is he diabetic, or was it just an infection, or?
I don't know whether he's diabetic or he didn't pay his bookie. Something happened.
Could have been anything.
You know, and Blowhard, it's good to talk to you, and I hope to hear from you more, buddy.
Yeah, and thank you for keeping in touch.
Of course.
Letting me know, because it was great just to stay in touch, and thanks to all the people who were helping me out, and it was a horrible experience, but I learned my lesson. And now I'm just going to be eating a head of lettuce every day, and that's it.
Hold on. Guess what? Your birthday buddy, Earl, is on the other line. So hold on and see if I can get you two on here together. First of all, Earl, happy birthday, pal.
Happy birthday, Sharpton.
Earl, how you doing, pal?
Earl.
I was just telling Ronnie B about all those Facebook posts where you were so angry. It was like, I thought you were going to go out and just kill somebody.
Not angry. I'm just being very
angry, man.
What are you angry about, Earl?
No, I'm upset at cops doing criminal activity and this coddling that goes on towards it. They coddle bad cops.
And I think they coddle bad
criminal behavior.
Cops should be breaking more heads. But that's just me. What do I know? I just read your stuff, and I loved when you wrote that everybody who's black has an obligation to see Selma.
I didn't say that. I said anyone who's an American has an obligation to see Selma.
And I think I wrote a reply, and I think you got mad. I wrote, I'd rather see Mandingo, but that's another story.
All right, that's that's no trouble.
Come on.
Now, Earl, I'm able to book you on a program if you want to debate this. It's Anthony's show. Comes on before the Skanks. Would you go on there and debate with him?
You know, as long as there's a civilized conversation, it doesn't get reduced to general I can never say the word.
Yeah.
General terms. You know what? Everyone keeps talking about facts. And that's the thing one of the things that really bothers me is that people talk in general terms about, I present facts. Everyone talks about black on black crime. The highest the worst crime statistic today is white on white crime. But no one wants to talk about that.
Because the population is white, pretty much, the majority. So, of course, you're going to have...
No, but if you're going to throw black-on-black crime in our face, isn't it fair to say that if white-on-white crime is the worst growing statistic in the country, according to the FBI...
But white-on-white crime is just stuff where we say politically incorrect things to each other.
Mm-hmm. And then we make each other apologize for said things.
If you want to read Earl's stuff, he's under Douglas Photography on Facebook.
All right. Thanks, Blowhard. I'll talk to you later, buddy. All right, Earl. I like what you're saying about the white on white crime. I dig what you're up to. I would love to manage your career from this point on, and I want to get you on with Anthony, because let's face it, he's been saying some stuff, Earl, that you disagree with.
Again, in my opinion, he's using very general terms.
Right.
He takes, when a black guy commits a crime, it's suddenly all black people.
Right.
No, it's not. It's not like, some fool goes out and commits a crime and gets caught. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. He's making these general terms that we're happy about. No, we're not. Because guess what? Those mugs rob us too. Mm-hmm. They, you know what I mean? Look what happened in Waco. Where was the stop and frisk in Waco?
Oh.
You know what I mean? A gang summit happens. You have, how many weapons were recovered from that scene?
So let's just say this, Earl. Is this hunting season on black people right now? Do cops have a license to kill?
I think there's a pattern in place where cops, they get protected.
Right.
All across the board. They get protected. Now, there's a new documentary out called The 7-5.
Oh, I watched it. It was amazing.
Michael Dowd is making the rounds. Like, Michael Dowd, if he was not a cop, he'd still be in jail for what he was doing.
Let me tell you something. If Michael Dowd wasn't doing that, he'd be producing Anthony's show today. It's that simple. But why do you think Ant is hiding from you, Earl? Why can't I get my two buddies, and let's face it, you're my two best friends. Why can't I get you face to face in a civilized debate about this?
I don't know. You tell me. I don't know.
Is he dodging you? Is he ducking you? I don't know. And I'm not some, grand spokesman for the black community. I'm not seeing that at all. You're so good at it, buddy.
I'm not. I don't think I'm good. I mean, there's plenty of guys who could do that far better than me.
Earl, here's what you bring that the other people don't have. Horse sense. That's what you bring to the discussion.
It's the horse sense of the guy.
It really is. Now, why is he dodging you? Why won't he have you on that show? I know that he has those tomato can black friends that just agree with everything that he says, right, Earl?
Tomato.
I mean, like, they're just easy to pushovers, But if he's worked his way up and he's ready to debate somebody who's going to come in with facts and not hearsay, it's you.
Yeah, I mean, again, I would love to discuss it. I don't think I'm the perfect guy to discuss it. Again, there's better guys who do it a lot better than I do.
Yeah.
But I'm just tired of getting things thrown in my face. I'm like, it's community. I'm like, no, it's not
it's not the community.
It's a much broader problem, and this has been going on. It's as old as the country itself. And
does it go back to slavery, Earl?
It goes back to Plymouth freaking Rock,
Well, did you guys land on Plymouth Rock, or did it land on you? I never remember that.
I believe the line is it landed on us.
Yeah. And why does everybody need to see Selma?
Mm-hmm.
I love the movie. It's a fantastic film, beautifully acted, amazing direction.
I saw it in the 90s when it was Selma and Louise. Mm-hmm. And when that scene where they were...
So good.
But the car froze in midair?
Oh, yeah.
I think they lived. I don't think...
I think they made it.
I think it just stayed like that, like an anti-gravity thing.
Remember Brad Pitt?
Mm-hmm. Cowboy hat and underwear.
He's good looking.
Oh, he's nice. Earl, here's what you said.
That's a different film.
What do white people owe you personally?
What can we give you?
How many acres?
What's
and how
cost?
many mules?
Well, the original deal was 40 acres and a mule.
How about 1 acre, 40 mules?
Earl, remember that thing I used to do with you when I take my knuckle and I keep hitting your shoulder and I'm giving you 40 acres? Like that. We would all laugh about it. But then later I'm like, you should have gotten some property. Here's where Earl wants his 40 acres.
Where?
Downtown Manhattan.
Whoa, that's pricey.
Good luck.
Oh, yeah.
Do you still need the mule then?
For food. So, Earl, when will you be able to do Anthony's show?
No idea. Completely honest. I'm in the midst of work crazy, and
can't some of those people
know.
seat themselves?
How hard is it?
All right, I'm gonna put. Yeah,
I think we could really get a lot of heat behind this. Maybe get it like a good poster for it. I'm thinking like the Basquiat Warhol poster with him and Anthony.
Oh,
that would look great.
Let me take a look at that. Hicks, type away until I can say it. Keep typing until I say it. All right, yeah. Let's put that up on the iBang and just have it. Because they kind of, I mean, we don't even have to Photoshop.
I know.
It
It's
looks
kind of like
both those guys.
It's really perfect,
Yeah.
actually.
And Anthony versus Earl. Now, you guys have always been good friends, too. So it will never become that situation where it gets personal. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, we've always had these conversations. I mean, and
But now it's time to have them on the air. You know?
And we've had them on the air. We've had these.
But I mean, it's time for you to go to his house. You know what I mean?
Will you do it?
Will you do it, Earl? Will you make this town special again?
Do it, Earl.
Earl, today's your birthday?
Yes, it is.
Well, happy birthday, buddy. How you spending it? Looting? Or what are you going to do today to make it a fun time?
I mean, I am not one of these special birthday guys. My plans are simple. I'm doing laundry and I'm going to work. That's my birthday plan.
I'd love to take you out tonight, Earl.
Unfortunately, I appreciate the offer, and
I mean, even if we just go out for laundry, I'd love to go out. Just what kind of detergent you use, Earl?
I use Tide.
Yeah.
I really thought you was a Gain man.
Yeah. Oh no, he's a Tide guy. You send that to the iBank?
Yeah, the email was sent. Yes.
I can't wait to see that up there. It's going to be fantastic. If someone knows how to do that stuff. All right, here's Earl. Scott has a question for you. Scott in Virginia, how you doing?
Hey, pretty good. Loving the new show. Earl, talk about cops and with the West having open season on black people, but over Memorial Day weekend they had 56 people shot, 12 killed in Chicago.
Terrible.
All black on black crime. And then you talk about the cops being coddling bad neighborhoods. The first thing, or cops coddling bad cops, the first thing that black people do in these neighborhoods when the cops show up to arrest somebody is, oh, my baby's a good baby. He didn't hurt nobody with that gun.
That's racist talk. All right, Earl, I'm going to hang up him for the racist talk. But I have to ask you flat out, what are we going to do about the south side of Chicago?
You tell me. I don't know.
I'll tell you, because I have no problem with this. We rolled in the National Guard in Baltimore because there's a couple things burning. All these kids have been killed in Chicago. The National Guard belonged in there years ago. I've said it time and time again. We need to make that neighborhood safe for the people who live there.
Chicago has and always will be for whatever reason. I mean, it was always a violent city going back to the days of Al Capone. It was always a violent.
Why are you blaming the Italians again?
I'm not blaming the Italians. This is a straight up fact.
Take offense. Half of me.
Is that a shot at Ant for his Italian heritage?
Absolutely not. Again, that's a straight up fact. Chicago has always been a bloody city. It sucks, but it is. That's the way it is. New York was an awful city for a long time.
No, let's not get personal.
It was, 70s and 80s. This place was a sewer. It was not a good place to be.
Look, I think it could happen quickly in the south side of Chicago. You roll in the National Guard, and you immediately make that neighborhood safe for the 99% of people who live there and don't want to shoot each other.
Do we need martial law? I don't know.
Yeah, we need it until we get it established and get it comfortable, and then we pull it back, and and then finally we'll pull the military out of there. But we do this shit for fucking Palestine. Right. We do this shit for Baghdad. Why can't we do it for the south side of Chicago?
No money.
What is this? The night Chicago died? That night Chicago died. That should have been the song of the summer. No one ever wants to bring that up, Earl. Hey, what is your song of the summer this year? The Black Girl song?
I'm going to go Feel Right by Mark Ronson, Mystical, and Mark Wright and Mystical.
You know, Mark Ronson seems like he's got his finger in every goddamn delicious pie, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. Sure does.
I mean, that scene, I love the song from Jump, and I said if they put it out in the summer, which there's a video out for it now, there's going to be a song in the summer.
Well, let's take a little listen, Earl. All right, Earl, so this is your song of the summer.
Yeah.
Mark Ronson.
Jam.
Now, how is Mark Ronson related to Mick Ronson? Is he the son of the former Spider from Mars?
I don't know if there's any relation at all. I mean, it's a good question. I don't know, but I don't think they're related.
Earl.
Mark Ronson, Mick Ronson, one of the most underrated guitar players of all time.
Not by me, bro. Not by this motherfucker. Hey, you sound good in this motherfucker.
Song is great.
Everything on wood in this motherfucker.
I didn't know Mystical was out of prison.
Good in this motherfucker.
Yeah, actually, when I heard this song, I was with some friends and we were dancing. I was like, man, where's Mystical Ben? My friend Dave's like, he's just in prison. And I was like,
yeah, he's in prison
oh, cool. And we're dancing. And then he's like, I was like, what for? And he's like, rape. And I was like, oh, this makes it less fun to dance to this song.
He did a little time.
But it's a great song.
He's raping like Bill Cosby. He's drugging like Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Well, Ant has backed down from you, dude. The real ass dude has backed down from you. They're all afraid, Earl. But you're ready to debate at any time, any place. And I admire for you.
I'm ready to have
a nice discussion with facts.
Let's have a real discussion. Let's not reduce things to the
N-word.
Not even that.
There's no place for the N-word in this, right?
No, I've been having this back and forth with a long-time friend of mine, retired police officer, about the Freddie Gray case, and I'm like. And he's like, well, there's no intent. They don't have a case, and they don't have this, and they don't have that. I was like, well, okay, where's the police report? There's no police report. Basic things aren't in place to even form that debate.
See, this is what I'm worried about. I'm worried that he's going to go in there and just kick ass, take names, I
mean, again, let's have, I think the country as a whole needs, a real... I don't know if it's a dialogue, monologue. I don't know. I think
they need a wake-up call, Earl, and you're the alarm clock. You know what I'm saying?
Wake up!
Wake up! Remember, that's how school days ended, too. With him just running through the streets yelling, wake up. That's you, Earl, telling people to wake up. Like the fucking nasty city of Chicago that you said is garbage.
You loathe.
And to be completely fair, the Black African American community, whatever you want to call it, we need our own dialogue with each other about where things.
Well, you guys are cursing and smoking so much crack because you can't understand each other.
Where things are, where things, where things are, where things are going. I'm not. This is so big.
Yeah.
And it's bigger than.
It's bigger than having your pants dragging down your ass or having a sideways ball cap on. You know what I'm saying, Earl?
And as much as I absolutely loathe that, it's you don't literally have to show your behind,
right?
But it's as long as you
that's
be
some nice
cool,
draws.
Be righteous. That's all right. I mean, I don't that. If you're gonna do that, I don't care. Do what you like. Be who you want to be. But
do what you want to do, what you want to do, what you want to do.
Just be a righteous dude.
But be who you are. Let me tell you something, Earl. Today's your birthday. You fucking handling it in style. You came on here. You said if Anthony would have you on his show, you'd snap his ass like it was a Stellador breadstick. I thought that was a little racist.
I can't believe you said that.
I didn't.
You guys are my two best friends. And I want to see you, Warhol to Basquiat, nose to nose. We're going to be selling tickets to this. It's going to be fantastic, Earl. Now, for the people around the country who don't know Earl, there is a musical story to his life done by Brother Joe.
I was born and raised in New York City, in a housing project way up in the hood. I dressed in dark clothing, so folks started calling me Black Earl. Oh, and they used to laugh about it, cause deep down they knew they called me that, cause I was as black as soot. I've always been a lazy man, a couch potato with a clicker in my hand. See, motivation I never had, hid in the shadows when the boss got mad. For 20 years I never got a raise. I'm 33 and I never been late. I look busy but I'm not, I'm just walking around. I pick up some papers and I put them back down. One day I'm gonna stop paying my rent, live in a refrigerator box, never get out of bed. I'm Black Earl, a genuine lazy bum. I'll always make it through hard times at any W. Then one day some lame brains came and took O&A away. And at the age of 33, I felt like I was carrying the weight of the whole station on my shoulders. And Ron and Desi knew what I was going through. Every morning I'd unlock the door, lay down and I sleep a little more. Then I put away the bathroom key. Everybody was depending on me. I eat a chicken wing with lemonade. Lord, give me strength to make another day. Times I felt I couldn't go on. Push a button, throw a switch, answer the phone. Got lost in the van, I did my PSAs. 10 minutes work, gonna take me all day. I'm Black Earl, a genuine lazy bum. I'll always make it through hard times at any W. I could hear Scotzo say, Black Earl, you're a genuine lazy bum. You'll always make it through hard times at any W. Ken and Jeremy say, Black Earl, you're a genuine lazy bum.
There it is, Earl. There's your song.
So long ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, you're still 33, though. At least that's what you're telling people.
No, I'm not. I don't lie about my age.
How old are you?
45.
Ooh.
45.
Yeah, same as the singles that you love, Earl. There's a great song about that by Elvis Costello. I want you to pick it up today. Later, give me the receipt. All right, Earl. I'll talk to you later, pal.
All right, take care, guys. Thank you again.
All right, see you at the debate. Good luck with it.
Can't wait. We'll all be there.
Together.
Study.
Yeah. Get your facts together. All right,
Totally.
Yeah. Peace. We'll be right back. It's the Bennington Show.
This is Bennington. Raw Dog Comedy Hits. Sirius XM 99.
Hey, what's this?
What, that bottle?
Yeah, this right here.
Let me see. Oh, Gail, you know what this is? That's one of the original Tito's handmade vodka bottles. Oh, my God. It's like looking back. This is all the way back from 1995.
Wow.
When Tito and I both had an idea, and that was that Texas could be the home of vodka. And I'm talking about handmade vodka. And what we did, it was really more Tito than me, and that's why my name is not on the bottle. But Tito said, you know, why don't we try that micro distillery in the same way that they do a boutique winery? And I said, as I often do, that don't ever work, Tito. But it did work. And Tito pushed in, and he used all his savings, ran up 19 cards. I was able to give nothing. And the weird thing is I was sitting on a lot of cash. But there's something about me that's just too hesitant. And so Tito pushed in, and that's why he was able to go on and beat the Russians, beat the Poles at their own game. Vodka. Okay? Texas vodka. Now, and just hold that bottle up like that, too.
Just like this?
Yeah. Hold up. Look how beautiful that is because of it's so simple. So absolutely simple. It's just a nice bottle and that simple homemade look about it. Modest paper label. That's what I love about it. You know what I mean? Like, we're not making a big deal. We're not trying to throw stuff around and act like we're cool because we know the vodka speaks for itself. That's why I wish I would have got behind this before, back in 95. I feel like it's not too late now in 2015 to say that as America goes, all right, so go our entrepreneurs. And that's why I'm a gigantic fan of Tito. He shows that the American spirit still exists. And I've been able to go out and talk to other people about that. But more importantly, you can go up against the big corporations. You can go up against other the countries and beat them in quality first. Tito still makes his vodka by hand on the same land where it all started in Austin, Texas. Tito's handmade vodka, distilled 6 times. I said, do it twice, Tito. Twice. And he's like, nope. 6. I go, 3. No, 6 times I will distill it. 100% corn, naturally gluten-free. Visit at titosvodka.com for recipes, songs. I kid you not about this. And when you go listen to some of the Tito music, it's amazing. And handcraft it to be savored responsibly.
You're listening to Bennington on Raw Dog Comedy Hits, Sirius XM 99.
Hey, what's this?
That same bottle that you were holding from earlier?
Oh, right.
That's a Tito's bottle.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Tito's homemade vodka. Why do you keep...
Sorry.
You remember I told you that whole story about Tito back in 1995?
Yeah, like 4 minutes ago.
Yeah. He wanted to build his own big vodka brand, but everyone was like, Tito, don't do it. Don't do it. It can't be done. And he just persevered. He used all of his life savings, and he got 19 credit cards and just ran them all up. So he could buy all the copper pots. And this, I told you all this stuff.
Yeah. You're right. It's coming back to me.
I told you about the prizes that he won, right? The double gold medal at the World Spirit Competition, Chairman's Trophy for the world's best vodka tonic, so many others.
Yeah.
Did I bring up the modest label, the nice label on a simple bottle, so when you're looking at it, you know that all you're paying for is exceptional handmade vodka?
Oh, yeah, you did.
Well, I meant all those things. I meant everything that I said about it. And honestly, I'm not even kidding when I say this. If the American entrepreneur would just look at Tito and see that what he did, because we live in a world now, it was like, I want to get rich quick. I want to get rich quick. But if you go back and talk to Tito, you know what he wanted to do? Make the best vodka in the world. Pick a product and make it better than anyone else. And if you fail on the way, it doesn't mean anything. You just keep pushing and pushing. I think Tito should be at Harvard, speaking of those graduates. Yale, speaking of those graduates. I think he should be at St. Petersburg Junior College and just, attempting to talk to them. They're going to struggle with what he has to say. But the fact of the matter is this: if you go out and make something great, people are going to show up. I remember the first time I heard about this product here. They'd sent us some, and now years later, I walk by any store in New York and I see it sitting up. I go into any bar, and Tito's is in there. And there's only one reason: it's not from the cool, weird ads that you're going to see or some kind of viral marketing. No, it's from quality. Quality does it. And Tito still makes his vodka by hand in the same land where he started all in Austin, Texas. Tito's handmade vodka, distilled 6 times from 100% corn, naturally gluten-free. Visit us at titosvodka.com for recipes, songs, and more, handcrafted to be savored responsibly.
This is Bennington, Raw Dog Comedy Hits, Sirius XM 99.
Hey, I just found out we're going to be doing the Bennington show at 7 o'clock in the morning tomorrow on the Opie channel.
Bright and early.
Bright and early. I don't know if Joey Jojo's willing to show up that early, though.
I'll be here.
Whoa.
Wow, that's commitment to the family.
Stanley, is this your go away weekend or next one?
Next one.
Okay.
I will be here bright and early.
You don't have to be, because you've been angry lately. You're dealing with a lot of anger issues.
We need you fresh as a daisy tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm going to expel all the anger this evening.
Ugh.
Yikes. What's private?
Long sheet. Taking a long Stanley sheet.
I'm going to draw that, though.
Oh, I wish it'd stop. Isn't it weird Liz Sets Fire and Black Earl have not only the same birthday, but same exact personalities?
Wow, it is pretty strange.
And they've all dated the exact same people.
That's why I think the Zodiac is real. And I mean the Zodiac Killer, of course.
Zodiac. Zodiac. The Zodiac Killer is real. We know that from the dead people.
Right. That's not what's...
no one for once, but I don't think anyone killed these murdered people.
Fake.
Suicides, all of them.
Fake.
Man, I saw a thing about a guy's death yesterday. I can't even think about it. He's this food writer, and he had a fit, or whatever you would call that, in the shower.
Seizure?
Seizure. That's the word. Because I use old school things like my mom.
He had a fit.
That's my mom would use that term. But he had a seizure and drowned in the shower.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Christ.
Isn't that terrible?
That is awful.
Hey, I saw this Rolling Stone did a thing where they did their top 10 late night show hosts of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And Jay Leno doesn't make the top 10. Why are people so damn mean to that Jay Leno?
They are mean to Lendo.
They hate him.
They do.
They fucking straight
and then
up
everybody watched him.
Yeah.
forever. Like, he never really lost. And then
Well, the first year and a half he was behind, but once he, took first place, that was it.
I'd like these viewers to please stand up. Please stand up so we can see who you are.
Doesn't even make the top 10. Now, just to point this out, Magic Johnson's in the top 10.
Oh,
his show lasted 4 weeks or 6 weeks. Chevy Chase is in the top 10. He lasted 17 shows. Now I know they're just trying to be mean to him.
how can we hurt Jay Leno?
Lendo.
Jay Leno. What's the worst thing we could do to him?
I don't know if that's the worst thing.
We're going to
Exclude him from the top
list.
10.
I don't know if that is. Cigars and Scotch did a Photoshop. Let's take a look at it. It's up on the Bennington Show Twitter.
At Bennington Show.
Yes, that's the one thing we don't need to push here.
We already have a song that does that beautifully.
Oh, where's the guys? Is that them?
That's the original. I'm looking for the Photoshop.
Where is it?
How are we behind?
I have no idea. But this computer's internet is slow as shit.
Ugh.
That disgusts you.
It's just aggravating.
I need it to happen immediately.
Yes.
The world we live in.
Everything in the world we live in needs to happen in microseconds.
Now.
I need to have 4G compression.
What's that?
In Silicon Valley. I try to keep up with them. But I think they have 4G compression. Wasn't that it?
You need middle out compression. That's what it's all about. But streamed in 4G.
Your favorite guy, TJ Miller, is getting a new TV show where he plays a giant puppet alien.
Goreburger.
Goreburger.
It's coming out on HBO.
It's going to pilot. I think Moby is doing the first episode with him.
Yeah.
Who else? A couple other rockers.
That makes sense.
And then Jack Black is going to be there.
Isn't he your favorite?
Love Jack Black.
Adore him.
Oh, no. Jack White is your favorite.
I like both Jacks.
You like any Jack.
Give me that Jack.
You would like a Jack Ray. Would be to take your two favorite Jacks and put them together.
Combine yourselves. Yeah. It kind of comes off kind of like Space Ghost Coast to Coast, and that's not a bad thing. That was a show I was obsessed with.
I used to love that show as a kid, yeah.
Remember when I introduced you to him?
Mm-hmm.
That's so awesome.
At a comic book convention. So I got my kids, they're little at the time. And all of a sudden, we just hear is that Ron Bennington? The kids are like, what? And me and Space Ghost had kind of started doing comedy together back in Florida. There was so many weird people that I ran across there. But I remember you kids were just like, oh my God, it's the real Space Ghost.
That's so cool.
The funny thing is he used to do the Space Ghost voice all the time. And they just locked it into Space Ghost later.
That's the greatest. That's the greatest.
But you're excited again. You make me tell the story time and time again.
It's so cool.
When is the third leg of the Triple Crown?
2 weeks. So, 2 weeks.
We got to win the Triple Crown this time. But we American Pharaoh?
American Pharaoh is
Yep.
the horse.
I just went to the Belmont last week on Memorial Day because Belmont Stakes are coming up, and so I thought, why not go while it's real chill and not that crazy crowd?
Well, was it chill?
It was. I mean, like people were there, but it was not as nuts. I know a lot of people say Belmont Stakes is
Here's the
banana
weird
sandwiches.
It's a nightmare.
Here's the deal. I get is it a text if it's got a picture? Is it still a text?
Sure, it's a
I get a
text.
picture text
Okay.
that says,
message.
I'm here at Belmont to pick up a package.
What?
And it was a picture of you and
Mitchell Walters.
What?
I bumped into Mitchell Walters.
Comedian, funny man, legend.
And I have not seen that dude since I was probably 12.
No, not
11.
even. Not
Really?
even. I remember the last time we were all together. It was like a New Year's Eve thing, and you were dancing around, and you were like just an infant.
No.
Yeah. Well, not
No
an
way.
infant, but you were little. You were really little.
Yeah, but it was really wild to bump into him.
That's
it was
amazing.
So crazy.
Well, hold on. Let me just say this. The chances to run into Mitchell Walters at a racetrack, the odds would be 1 in 1.
I guess that when you put it that way, it makes sense.
No matter what track you're at.
But then right away, he called Jimmy Schubert, our old friend Jimmy Schubert, and it went to voicemail, but he left him a message that said, 8 million people in New York, and I bump into Bennington's kid at the Belmont. Call me back. But it was awesome. We reminisced about old stories, and it was really fun to see him.
That you guys, this is how crazy he was. So he's in a pool with the kids. We're on the road as a hotel, and his hair was wet and down, and he had put his glasses like on the tip of his nose. I was going like this. Check it out, kids. It's Ben Franklin, and he looked exactly like Ben Franklin in the pool.
And then I had done my hair like I was George Washington, and we were doing a little scene together. We talked about that day actually, and we were remembering that my brother was saying, he was very little at the time. My brother was saying, "Mitchell, go underwater with us. Why won't you go under the water?" Because he was just standing in the pool, and he said, "There's some stuff in my nose that if I go underwater, my head will explode." That's what he told us as children.
He would always talk that way to kids. He would go like this. He would just like take a card out and say, "See this card? I can open up any key in the city with this card. This gets me in anywhere. That's all I need. I got it locked up." Mitchell would always do 2 jokes. One, he would sit in a hotel lobby, and when people would come in, he would go like this: "Get out of my room!" Which was the funniest thing in the world.
Oh my God.
And remember how he would always just travel in the same black shorts with a white...
Sure, he had like a costume.
Yeah, he had
kinda
like a not on stage costume that he would wear 24 hours a day.
It was a very solid look he had going for him.
Yeah, Dr. Flats, it's going through. Everything's happening. So I need the upfront. And I was laughing when you did things because you said that you were picking up a package. That motherfucker never picked up a package in his life. He was there when packages were opened, but that's it.
Lock it up.
Lock it up. Now this is the part that's going to make Chris Stanley feel like a fool.
Okay.
Tell him what he gave you.
Oh, so, we were talking, and then he said, I said, "Well, what horses do you like today?"
Yeah.
So he starts telling me some tips. He tells me about the next race that's coming in.
Yeah.
He says, "I like 4, 6, and 9. I mean, I think it's going to be those 3.
Yeah.
I put my money on 4, 6, 9. I hit the trifecta.
Yeah!
Thank you, Mitchell Walters.
Now, were you with him when you collected it? Or did
No,
you get out?
I wasn't. We had split up by
Good,
that point.
Smart. Never be there at the window with him.
He's like, "That's partly mine."
Let's see where you live. 212. You went down to 813. You were living at 813 when I first saw you. You guys moved over to 301. Now you're living in the 212. We don't do this. If you told them where you were from, you tell you your area code right
Anywhere
away.
in the U.S.
Anywhere in America.
So that's how we just would talk about locations in general, just hit by area code.
Yeah. Everything was always numbers with him. There was no talk that wasn't numbers.
I got the number joke. I got the other number joke. Then I shit my pants and get off stage.
Open up with the number joke. Stay close, boss, because I'm not going to be up there long. I'm not feeling it tonight. Do the number joke. Do the other number joke. Shit my pants. Get off stage. Fuck it. Back to the room. Sam used to come in. Sam was fucking out of his mind at that time. Every story would be like somebody else was crazy. But his name pops up from so many different unmasked. Dice, Andrew Dice Clay, basically said the reason why he went to the West Coast is because Mitchell talked to him and then to his dad, saying, I can get, this kid, there's something there. We got to come out, do the Comedy Store.
He's hilarious. He reminded me of a really funny story. Do you remember when Survivor had first gone on the air and he had the inside scoop of who won Survivor?
Betting on it?
Yeah. And he was like, he called you on the air and was trying to tell you to wire him $10,000 to put on Richard Hatch or something. Richard Hatch, right?
Yeah,
that was
Richard
the first.
Hatch did win. He was right.
He was the guy.
And he was on like third week.
He's like, I already have $3,000 on it. I need you to wire me $10,000.
Let's just take him the whole thing. I took the Bitsy. I heard of the 6527. She's already wiring that back to me. I'm going to pick it up down to the 301. They used to do a thing because Mitchell started as a kid musician, right? Magician. Like a lot of comics, he did magic first. So he would do this magic trick. Then you would do this thing and you would pick a card, blah, blah, blah. And then he would say, now we're going to call my dad in Miami Beach and he will answer with your card. And everyone was like, impossible. And, his dad would answer the phone, Jack of clubs, right? Yeah. And whatever it was, boom, the place would explode. Bets would be paid off. But I can tell you, if you called that number at noon or 3 o'clock in the morning, his old man would say, Jack of clubs.
Right.
Because, that was their deal. They knew what they were doing. They had it worked out. He would get a piece sent back to him, and he's not even breaking me off any Vicodin. I understand he's got a spinal injury. What am I asking for? 14 Vicodin that I can fucking easily trade. Move that back into some money problems I'm dealing with right now. That's why, God bless you. Everything you're doing for me is going to help immensely because I can't get out of this. He wants to beat my face with a claw hammer, but thanks to you, you're here. We're going to build it from this point on. Making a movie with Schubert. When that fucking money comes back in, it's all coming back to you. But what a funny fucking guy.
I adore that guy. It was like seeing an old uncle that you hadn't seen in a long time.
Oh, see, that makes me feel bad now.
Why?
A, that I ever got you to be that close to him, and B, that I took it away. You mind if I get my sobriety? Is that a problem for everybody? You got to stay away from people, places, and things.
You giveth and taketh away.
That's terrible.
I've always said
I don't want to be that guy. That's awful.
But you do giveth. My God, the giveth.
You're an asshole. Seriously.
Why are you saying those things?
Something? Never take my side against her. It just got on my nerves a little bit. You didn't even mean to. Louis C.K.'s last episode, he was writing it down. He just jotted it down. Mm-hmm. Louis C.K.'s last episode tonight. Can't believe it's 5 years.
Wow.
5 years. That show's been on.
5
seasons.
Years.
Well, 5 seasons might be 6 years altogether, right?
Yeah, because he also took a year off. So that just stretches out another year.
Yeah.
So it should really be 6 seasons.
Yeah, I guess. It's whatever he wants it to be, though. I was going to ask you guys about this. Does this ever bother you? Do you ever go in... Because this happened to me twice the other day. I was doing a nice museum day, and I'm in the museum shop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying it's the Cooper thing up on the Upper East Side, and they had done his stuff on posters, right? So I'm like, oh, this is pretty interesting. And then I found myself in the museum shop, and I'm just like looking at this stuff. I'm gonna buy a fucking poster. I'm an adult man. You know what I mean?
They frame it.
But I'm looking
nice.
at the adult, and I'm just thinking in my life, hey, how many times have I looked at, a movie poster or a paperback book or an album cover without really thinking of it, But that's been a driving place in my life. So I'm in the museum store looking at it, and the person starts trying to help me. I know I wasn't going to buy anything, right? I'm like, I'm just looking, yeah, but did you see this one? Yeah, it's nice. But then there's a part of me, I'm thinking like, maybe I'll just buy a small one.
No.
So this guy won't be wasting his time. It's almost like I felt bad for him.
It's a very uncomfortable thing to
Thank you
browse.
for saying that, because no one, I felt like no one else understands that.
No.
If someone overly tries to help you, there's a part of you feels like you want to buy something.
I even have like an awkward line that I say.
Oh, let me
It's like
see it.
as I'm like finally leaving, I always say something to the effect of like, "Thanks, I'll be back for sure." Like, and then I'm like, they're not asking me for that, but I am like, I'm putting that on them. I assume that that's what they want, because if they're the owner, I feel like they're probably like, okay. But if they just work there, they're like, I don't give a shit if you ever come back.
That's what kept me from buying something. Because I'm sure that this person just worked there.
Right.
And yet, why were they fucking, just fucking hound dogging me so much to look at these different fucking posters? I'm not kidding you. Some of these things are like, like a Jibo. And I'm like.
For a poster.
And it's not a brand new poster.
Right.
It's a fucking keepsake poster.
Right. It's not like just like a Bob Marley poster you put on your like dorm
but
wall.
you can go in and buy a fucking lunchbox from 1964 and it's $2,000. I'm not some fucking rube who's buying posters off the street like that.
It doesn't make me feel bad. Once I went to a Foot Locker because I was thinking about buying boots, so I didn't know what boot size I was. So I go to the Foot Locker, I say, "Let me see those boots," and then and whatever size was, I tried them on, realized they fit, gave it back to the guy, and then just bought them online for cheaper. And I didn't feel bad at all.
You didn't feel any regret for making him go fetch your
At least he did it from the same store, though. So he's better than me. He made a purchase.
You did make a purchase, I guess you're right.
Oh no, I bought someplace else online cheaper.
Oh, that's the worst.
Scumbag.
You're not even giving back to Foot Locker.
No, not at all.
Desperately needs
You're like
it.
the people who go into Starbucks just to piss.
Oh yeah, that's me.
Ew.
That's their deal with New York. They have to keep those bathrooms open.
Oh, really?
Those are public restrooms.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's
because
why-
you do have to get the key. I know you got to go get the key.
Oh, you're thinking Brooklyn, aren't you? In Manhattan, it's wide open. There's no key to get.
Really?
Yeah, there's a trust factor in Manhattan that they don't have in Brooklyn.
I can't remember the last.
Gas station.
We're not youngsters over here starting trouble.
The Y word.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I've been in a Starbucks, so maybe that's why. I
Mine's
feel like
just
they
the
used
piss.
just the pee
And
spot.
I'm like, hey, you're the ones who made the deal with the city, not me.
This is on you.
We can all piss here. Why don't you guys use it more?
And we can use any spot we'd like, or
The only problem you're in there if there's a fucking homeless guy washing up. You know what I mean? You just hear him in there splashing around. I'm like, I'm going to walk down the block to another Starbucks.
you don't have to go far.
Yeah, I know. You're never more than 18 feet away from a Starbucks.
Mm-hmm. Which means you're only 18 feet away from a horse bath.
All right, so Gail, you're telling me you would feel bad if you don't get when someone really tries to help you. Stanley, you're saying you don't feel bad at all.
I don't feel bad.
So then let me take it this way.
Okay.
Humans feel bad when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Look, that's a hazard of the job that you go up to someone and they might not buy anything. I mean, it's their job to try to push you to buy stuff, but it still does not work on me.
Look. This person showed interest in my interest. That's the fucking problem.
okay.
They didn't fucking come up the way you're acting and start yelling. They're like, oh, you're looking at that. Here's another piece that you might find interesting. And I'm like, yeah, I do find that interesting.
But I'll never buy it.
Yeah, I'm just finding it interesting here. Like, I never have been in, I could be looking at a Picasso and wouldn't say to me, oh, I wish I had that home in my house.
Right.
I got it here. I see Starry Night, right?
Beautiful.
Lovely. Don't have any urge to own it. Like if somebody said, would you want to keep it at your house? I'm like, no, not really. Just keep it at mom. I'm happy with it there.
Right.
I'll see it every once in a while.
Doesn't really fit with my decor.
It's safer at MoMA.
But even beyond all that, I would not feel the need to own it and keep it away from other human beings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's fine there. It would, to me, it's like, oh, that sunset's so beautiful. Why don't I try to lasso it, drag it into my house?
It's like that dude who just bought that Picasso for like $190 million. I think this guy from like Qatar. I mean, it's just going to be, I'm sure he's just going to put it in storage. I mean, then it's $189 million.
Probably going to put it in a museum there and then sell it.
Right.
You know,
With it,
in
put his
years.
name on it. The plaque.
You have that little plaque at the bottom of it.
Oh, I never see the little plaque. Or never bother to look.
You got to read. You got to read the plaque.
There's plaques that a lot of those, not all of them are owned by private people, but like you said, if you own something that's $150 million, you don't want it sitting in your fucking living room. That's, you're just inviting trouble.
So then you could go to a museum and then little plaque says Stanley Bennington.
Yeah. And they'll end up throwing a party for you and you're there, having those little fucking hors d'oeuvres and you're like,
Nice.
juice. They're like, you like that painting? I'm letting the museum use it right now.
And guess what? Open bar. That's one of the perks. It's one of the perks.
One of the perks is in his fucking pocket that he can take with that liquor.
Yeah, mix and match.
Is that a perk in your pocket?
Oh, boy. That's disgusting. Again. What are you opening with? Oh, we got to pick out. Oh, it's almost the end of it. What band we're going to use tomorrow on Open Radio.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's Jack White week.
No.
Does it need to be involved? I don't know if
think that the Friday shows away from that.
It's a whole different ball game. What should we do?
How about the New York Dolls?
You already got Jack White week for yourself.
I'm just throwing it out there.
You're off the fucking thing for a while.
Okay.
You had your fun.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we'll do. What's the last one? We haven't even done that Friday show in forever.
I know. It's been a long
People are going to forget us.
time. Was the last one Patti Smith?
Last one was Patti Smith.
That was my pick.
Patti Smith.
Smith, not Smythe. Smythe for this week?
All right, so it's my pick. Could be the Allman Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Could be Jay Giles Live.
Ooh.
Could be Leonard Cohen. I've been listening to a lot of Leonard Cohen lately.
That seems like it would fit well with the Friday morning show.
Could be Warren Zevon, and I'll clip that Hicks will never get the opportunity again to pick any of his two favorites.
God damn it. Well, I mean, I'm still going to enjoy the Warren Zevon. I love that man.
You don't mention that every day.
Really? I didn't know you did.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like him. He seems more like a fucking Partridge Family type singer.
Well, there's room for them, too. On my hard drive.
Your haircut. Right now, you got fucking Keysold haircut.
I still feel it's going to grow out into something good.
I'll tell you what, I had on that the Mean Chef show last night, whatever his name is.
Gordon Ramsay?
Yeah. He's got a fucking poof. His was just fucking, it was like Jet Boy. His fucking hair was sticking out.
Blonde poof.
Yeah, he was very blonde. He's English, but he seems more like a Nazi.
Maybe that's what you should do. Dye the poof blonde. How do you feel about
Dude,
that?
you want to do it?
I'm not dyeing the hair blonde.
Why not?
Bleach blonde, like
That would look
white.
fucking crazy.
Like
it would look cool.
White blonde.
I have black hair.
Yeah, for now.
But till the dye.
No, I'm not bleaching the hair. Not looking that crazy.
If you had to dye your hair any color, what would it be?
I don't know.
3 seconds.
3, 2, then it goes blonde. Please
Blue.
blonde. 1.
No, it would probably have to be blue.
Blue?
All right, you're on.
Okay.
Not dying
it in.
Nothing's locked in.
Match the room, though. I want it this blue, so
You know
it just
what?
looks like a green screen.
He
on your
seems
head.
like a stick in the mud. Joey Jojo is our guy now, I think.
I can do that. I'll dye my hair whatever color.
Wow, look at that.
That's a fucking goer.
He would do anything.
If Pepper dyed his hair blonde, he looked like Jared Leto in Fight Club.
Oh,
snap, son.
Pretty boy face. I just wanted to destroy something beautiful.
He went a little bit too far when he beat him that badly.
I don't think so.
He looks like
I
a
think
freak.
he's just getting started. I'm like, finally, he's fucking doing what I've been begging him to do all movie. Beat that guy to a pulp.
Can't wait to reenact that scene.
Can't wait till it's new Joker time.
I know.
The Fight Club comic book's coming out this week. I don't know how I feel about it.
Well, see if you can get your uncle to take you. Pick it up. Hey, did you get the chance to see that Point Break fucking reboot trailer?
I only saw the movie poster.
You will not believe the trailer.
You gotta see it.
They've taken this simple, small movie and turned it into some crazy Mission Impossible 3.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
thing.
like devoid of all the camp fun.
Right.
You know what I mean? And just
Let's face
action-packed
Yeah, Point
extreme
Break
sports.
was about 5 guys who really just wanted to surf and wanted to have money without working for it.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't there wasn't any philosophy outside of themselves. You know what I mean? There was like Bodhi's little Zen stuff, but not really.
Yeah.
You know, that was more about surfing than life. And so they robbed a quick bank. Not that they were great at it. It's just that, you know, they were athletic enough and had balls.
Yeah.
That's all.
And they had their own set of morals too, you know? I mean, like they were, you know, tough with those surf Nazi types.
You mean War Child?
Come on, War Child, chill out.
Guys like him will never understand what we're talking about.
Chill out, War Child.
Do we really have to call him War Child? He doesn't have a name. I mean, it's pretty silly.
No, War Child was his name.
Yeah.
He never
given.
It wasn't like he calls people War Child. That guy's name was War Child.
Oh shit! It was like a nickname.
Yeah, it's not like he was saying, "Hey, Bubba, back off." He really was War Child. So yeah, this takes it into like crazy extreme sports, and this thing just seems purely soulless to me.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking video game.
And they're not even surfing. There seems to be some snowboarding.
Yeah, there's
base jumping.
The
suit.
Yeah, what's the suit called when you're
It's a
flying?
wingsuit.
Wingsuiting.
All they did was surf. They were just dudes who lived on the beach.
Soul
They like to get
surfers.
fucking whacked and rob. They had some masks and some guns.
By the way, birthday girl Liz sets fire. Can't wait for this movie.
Can't wait.
I can't wait. Is there somebody to destroy the original so that we have to see nothing but the trailer?
No. Vaya con Dios. I hope they still say that.
Yeah, they should. There's not even a Busey type character in this. And the Keanu Reeves guy isn't like fun and laid back.
Yeah.
He's like already extreme. Like he's there because he's an extreme cop instead of. I mean, this thing looks like Triple X.
Yeah.
If anything. Yeah.
Why even call it like just make a new movie?
Yeah.
Just make a new movie. Like, and they have the same names. Like there's Utah, Bodie.
Is he a football player still? Is he?
Well,
Don't know.
We didn't see the movie. We saw the fucking trailer.
I thought maybe they mentioned that.
Is he with a bug-eyed girl, Lori Petty? Lori Petty should just be still the same girl. Still on the beach.
Wow, but another guy's parents died.
Yeah, you need a juicy Gary Busey type character in this movie to make it fun.
I saw an Entourage thing that Gary Busey came in to play a small part in the movie. And so Busey's in there like, what are you saying to the director? Now, what do you want me to do in this scene? And the director says to him, well, dude, just, you know, be in the same place that you were in the show. And he's like, what show? And he's like, Entourage. What? He's like, you were in the TV show Entourage. Fucking Busey had no memory of it whatsoever.
Do you think he's faking? You think it's
No.
no?
No, I think it's real deal.
Because he was an Academy Award nominated actor.
Mm-hmm.
Why would anyone want to go from that to just a fucking joke?
I mean, he had that motorcycle accident.
Yes.
I know.
A piece of his brain was taken out. You faking about your knee?
No.
Let me give it a kick and see.
Don't.
Just give it one little kick and see what happens.
No, the knee's still tender.
Here it comes.
Please.
Either I kick the knee or I keep these beautiful blue blockers.
They look good on you.
I feel like I'm in a white room now. All the blue is blocked.
It's a wonderful technology. I don't know why they don't use it in other things outside sunglasses.
Why did you say no to the hair dye? And Joey Jojo immediately went to yes.
I can't dye the hair.
Okay, just say something?
Yeah.
There's a new kid in town. You should do your line here.
I can't dye my hair.
Oh my God. He's impossible to improvise with.
Now, could you imagine how his hair will look with the blue blockers on? What is it even going to look like? That blue hair.
It would be unbelievable.
We
He
won't
won't be able
know.
to see his own hair. He's going to think that he's a bald ass dude.
The bald ass dude.
Real ass dude.
Puerto Rican rattlesnake.
From what I understand, all right. Well, have you been able to see any of the retweets, or try Marcus Silva and see the Ant versus Earl? If it takes you too long to retweet on our thing,
I would love to see it. Love to see this become a reality.
Here we go.
Oh my God. It looks too good.
Earl looks exactly like Basquiat. And Ant looks like what Chris is going to do after he dyes his hair blonde.
Beautiful.
Now see if you can find the Marcus Silver one.
This is retweeted from Marcus.
That's beautiful.
I love it.
Ant is still backing down, which freaks me out.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Relieved. It's so hard for me, though, to have two best friends that disagree on something.
I know.
You know?
It's really hard. What are you going to do? How are you going to bring them together?
Sometimes it's just a good old-fashioned debate, you know?
The great debate.
Yeah. And then maybe each of them will start to see how the other person feels, you know? Put themselves in each other's shoes. I mean, Anthony's not going to put Earl's shoes on.
Not literally.
Oh, he can't. He'd throw up.
But a little counterpoint
Yes.
could help the situation.
Well, like Earl said, Ant's been dodging him for a while. It's time to do this.
It's a learning possibility.
For you, I already know all the facts.
Yeah, I gotta read it more on facts.
Because I get delivered directly to my house the cable news network. And they have all the facts of who's rioting and what they're rioting for.
I've got to get that.
You freezing in here?
I'm always cold in here.
That's one thing about this blue place. Stays cold.
It's a nice palace.
The Fortress of Solitude.
The Fortress of Solid Dudes.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Which is what we called my old apartment. Because 8 boys live there.
I should have said that to the Entourage cast. Look at this, the Fortress of Salad Dudes. I'm saying this. I'm saying the breakout star right now is Joey Jojo.
Really?
Not seeing a lot of Dan Perlman, though.
Yeah, not yet. Quiet.
Yeah, he's
quiet.
Quiet. He's laid back. Now, Dan Perlman is the guy I brought in for 3 reasons. Number 1, professional comedian. Number 2, he's a writer. 3, he's a creative powerhouse. Those 3 reasons, I thought were going to make his day. Hey, when are we getting our interns?
In 2 weeks. I have to make some phone calls today, but then start date's 2 weeks.
Exciting.
Why so long? That's a month in between interns.
I think because there was hold up with the whole process.
And when will they be on till? Labor Day?
Yes. So this is going to be a shortened session.
Yes, he lied.
Not lying.
Yes, lied Chris.
That should be the name of his autobiography.
That's the session.
Instead of doing it with what his original name was, I'm not going to dye my hair, dude.
Don't touch this poof.
Leave it all up to Joey Jojo, the new kid in town.
I'm going to write the foreword.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's going to be 4 words. I dye my hair.
This is what we should do. 4 words and 4 words, and we do it for every book out there.
Ooh,
you know what I mean?
like it.
Like Old Man in the Sea won't bring it back. That would be it.
But does the foreword always sum up the book?
It will now.
In this case, yeah. Like Jaws would be, please watch out, Quint.
God, I wish I could save Quint in that moment.
Oh, me too.
It really breaks my heart.
Yeah, me too. I just can't believe how sad it is when he gets eaten up.
Ugh. Blood coming out of his mouth.
The way he's looking back, like,
I know.
How ironic after all these years. I'm being eaten by a shark.
Do you ever think of the amount of therapy like most main characters of movies will need from like the post-traumatic stress? It's just insane.
Just the amount of paperwork and explaining that they're doing, and then they would be saying, "Okay, now you're telling me you blew up the shark that ate this man." Yeah, because they're going to think that he murdered Quint. It's what normally would happen when you send 3 guys out and 2 come back.
It's very suspicious that radio has been crushed.
That'll be all in the foreword.
Sums it up.
Yeah, forward and 4 words.
I love it.
Yeah. That could actually be a hashtag game we play one day. I think we got to wrap this one up too.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Gail. It can't last this all day. We have time. Let's say our happy birthdays to your best friend, Liz Sets Fire.
Happy birthday, Liz. Thanks for the poop pic.
Thanks for the poop pic would be a weird forward that we would do for the Scatman Crothers. They called him Scatman because of the shit.
I didn't know that.
Of course.
What? No.
I'm a scat man.
Let's just go on the road. Pick out a forward for a script.
On the road?
Mm-hmm.
That's already the title of the book. So.
On the road still? No. Dean Moriarty was great.
Good. Real good.
Everything of old we never found.
Dean Moriarty.
I looked for Dean. Moriarty.
The only ones are the mad ones.
The only ones for me are the mad ones.
Mad to live. Mad to be saved. Maybe we'll just read passages of On the Road.
Fuck yeah.
For 6 hours of radio.
Holy shit, we just started doing books on tape, right?
Live.
But hold on, what if we do it this way? We read Clockwork Orange and we call it Books on Rape. And
good idea.
That could also be the forward for that book.
Man.
Dean Moriarty, by the way, I don't think he was great. I think he was a fucking lunatic. I thought he was a goddamn maniac when any film that I've seen of him. He never came off as cool as he did On the Road.
But he burned like yellow Roman candles.
Not fast enough for me. I saw him in that Cad and Kesey doc.
Yeah.
And I was appalled.
The dick?
He was like, he was like a retard.
What?
He was like a crazy person. Like he had OCDs and just, it wasn't like madness, fun madness. It was like creepy madness. It was like, oh, don't look at him on the subway madness.
All right,
like road mad.
Yeah.
From the road.
On the road.
Road. It's a weird word.
I've seen the best minds of my generation naked. All right, look at this. As we're talking about Jaws. Tracking great white sharks is on the TV.
Wow. Watch out, Quint.
Oh, he's gone.
Quint.
God. By that other fucking pussy.
They didn't even help him.
Goes down to the bottom and fucking hides there.
Yeah, and comes to after all the work's done.
Comes to? He wasn't knocked out. He was just sitting down there looking up.
Waiting.
Like a cock. He was hiding. He was like the coward. Did they come swimming back up? Did we win? Yeah, we, motherfucker. Look at all these fucking birds around here eating shark meat. That's because of me. I came up with the tank idea.
Blew its fucking head off.
You didn't do shit.
I'm supposed to be a goddamn scientist.
They're all gonna die.
Please tell me you at least heard when I said smile, you son of a bitch. That was pretty cool. I hope I wasn't alone when I said that.
Son of a bitch.
It is kind of weird to think that he was alone when he said that, though. Who's he saying that for? Smile, you son of a bitch.
It was an intense time.
What he would have actually been saying in real life?
Oh, this fucking works!
Just scream. Just scream and pull the finger.
It's a safe
If this doesn't work, I'm dead. He's gonna feed me like Quint. And then by the time they got to like Jaws 2 and 3, it's like that fucking fish went looking for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, stop it.
Revenge.
And like the mother of the other sharks came, I think, in the last one.
Get 'em. My children, get them.
What was the one where they electrocuted a shark? Is that 2? When they used the power line and
Yeah, with Louis Gossett
electrocuted?
Jr.
Yeah.
I thought Louis Gossett Jr. died, though. I thought the second one,
Oh, wait, no, that was the third one I'm thinking of.
that's the one that they did at SeaWorld, Jaws 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Which, that one was funny because if you go to SeaWorld in Orlando, it's about 140 miles inland. There's no thing that leads out to the sea.
It's landlocked?
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, okay, landlocked. That's one way of putting it. They just have tanks. That thing would have to somehow get into a helicopter and then drop its own ass down. All right, let's go through this. The second one
I thought that was when like all the kids. It was very like
Yeah,
sexy
that's-
teens
when
on
was it
little
then?
dinghies and stuff.
So that wasn't Louis Gossett Jr.
No. The second one was just the kids on the boats.
Yeah.
And then Roy Scheider killed that again, right?
Yeah.
And that was really stupid. Then the third one was at SeaWorld.
And I think that was with Louis Gossett Jr.
And who was the young kids grew up to be like little stars?
Not sure.
I think it was Dennis. Who are the two brothers? The one of them's fucking crazy. Up in
Quaid, Dennis Quaid, and Randy
Dennis
Quaid.
Yeah.
Dennis
So
Quaid.
Dennis Quaid, I think, was in 3D, and then 4, they were in the Bahamas.
And Mario Van Peebles, was he
Man,
in
you
it?
keep bringing up black dudes one after another. You're fucking confusing the shit out of me. So what have we done? Only did 4?
Yeah, there were 4 Jaws. And the third one we got down. That was the Quaid brothers, yeah.
And then
not the brothers, just one.
One brother. Dennis Quaid.
Half the Quaid brothers.
Half the Quaid brothers. And then there was Jaws the Revenge, which was Jaws 4 with Mario Van Peebles.
So was the other guy Louis Gossett in 3?
He was in 3. Jaws 3D.
Oh yeah, that's when he kept calling Dennis Quaid mayonnaise. This is what this fucking asshole ended up doing after his Oscar win. He went immediately into Jaws 3. I'm not even making that up. And then Michael Caine, his Oscar win, then he went into Jaws 4.
Wow.
Fucking hacks.
You just take that payday, I guess.
Gotta get the money and get paid.
But it was Jaws 4.
Make them
Was it even in the fucking theaters? Was that even much of a payday?
Yeah.
Big time.
Shit. I thought it was just all direct to VHS.
What are you in your house it was.
No.
I like it. We ought to do, some of these dudes will exactly just take the Oscar, hold it up, thank their mom, and then drop trowel and wipe their ass with it.
Right,
and so
Seth?
this is all this is to me.
Right there.
I think Anthony Hopkins did Free Jack after
that was
Silence
good,
of the Lambs. I mean, I like the movie. I like Free Jack.
That should have won the Oscar for this movie. He's a free jack. All right, we gotta get out of here. We're gonna see you guys in a few more hours. We're gonna be over on Opie Radio at 7 a.m. Who's all coming in? Who's all part of the gang team?
I'll be here.
You'll be here always.
I'll be here. Joey Jojo
I'll be here.
will be here.
Wow.
I wonder about Dan. I wonder. We'll have to wait tomorrow morning.
That's the
to
question
see.
mark.
Yeah. He's the question mark for us right now. I mean, he's a writer, he's a comedian, and he's a creative genius.
I don't know about that stuff, but I'll be here
You
tomorrow.
said it.
No, I didn't say that.
What did you say?
No, I'll be here tomorrow at 7.
What was it that you said, though?
I don't know. It's all such a blur.
Dude, don't make me go back and pull out fucking things. I hate when people go, refer to me this way, and then when you do, they're like, please, that's too much. You're like, I'm just
You're too
doing
kind.
You asked.
It's like if somebody asks you for an introduction, you give them this big introduction. They go, well, that's a little over the top. Like, I'm fucking reading what you have to say. That's all I'm doing. All right, we'll see you guys back in here at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. I'm not sure, but I think we're going to have free coffee and donuts for everybody.
Nice.
Take care, and we'll see you all again in 1974.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evening is over. We hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you all again in 1974. Good evening!